Hello, guys and gals. I'm having a lot of trouble with the stream tonight. If you guys haven't been able to tell, because my stream keeps going on and off. This is pretty much my last attempt. I changed a couple things, rebooted the computer. I don't know, just like did what I thought would maybe get me a stable stream, if only for like 10 minutes, which none of my previous streams literally have been stable. Um, Hopefully this works. If it doesn't work, well then I guess we'll have to stream another day. It's not that big of a deal, is it? Let me get this stream set back up. It's one of the things that I absolutely despise about YouTube is that if a stream ends abruptly for a particular reason, whatever that reason may be, it just completely ends the video. And I have to then set up a new video to take the place of the new stream, and I can't even like copy the settings. I wish I could just copy the settings. That would be great. Bunny. Bunny. This kind of stuff pisses me off a little bit. All this technical stuff behind the backgrounds, even though I'm pretty good at tech stuff, but it doesn't work the way that you hope that it's going to work when you get everything set up. It's a little annoying. I do got me some peanut M&Ms though. Not peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms. All right, it definitely does look a hell of a lot more stable. At least it seems that way. So let's hop right in, shall we? If it does crash again, not coming back. Just letting you guys know. I'm gonna go veg out on the couch and watch some Dragon Ball Z or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight with this like all day to see if I can figure it out. Definitely not gonna be something I plan on doing. Let me hop back into Discord here. You got to fight for the right to stream again. I got a hole in my neck. Look at that. Aren't you guys proud of my hole in the neck? Look at that. Some Zelda in there. I got a hole in my neck. You can see through my body. The best, boys. Stay a while now? I'm not allowed to stay. What are you talking about? We don't stay. No, no, no.
Annie's going to change, like my Annie's going to change if I identify it later versus now. No, it's the same Annie, whether you identify it now or later.
Yeah, it's already rolled. So
The only thing that changes is how much money you gonna get for it.
Right.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Because if you identify it and it turns out to be crap, you're gonna get less. If you identify it and it turns to be about a 2020, you're gonna get way more.
Yeah, it's like when you got that 1920 for me when I had to go work and left my computer AFK.
Yeah, it's my beautiful 1920. I mean, your beautiful 1920.
No, I didn't either. By then, you were already getting experience. I've got, like, I told the boys because before we were doing ladder so much, I was getting, like 3 or 4 Annies every morning because I'd leave all the computers on, all 3 computers running with Hell games. Then I'd wake up and do them before school. I went over to my barbarian. I'm like, I've got 3 unidentified Annies sitting in the stash. I was like, they're still in there, unidentified.
Always check and see if they're any good.
Well, I mean, they're going to be all non-ladder eventually. Well, they're all non-ladder anyway. It's a non-ladder character, but they might be some really good.
Possibly.
So what'd you do? Did you fix anything or?
Sometimes, literally, with just rebooting the computer seems to have some sort of positive effect, and I've yet to figure out exactly why. But my computer does stay on for like a long period of time, because even when I'm not streaming, I'm working or encoding files or whatever. Like I rarely ever turn the thing off, and it could just simply be like a buildup of crap, or maybe, I don't know, rebooting the computer like resets the network connection or something. I don't know.
It's not going to drop your connection to Cox or Spectrum or whoever you have. If you want to do that, you can just go in and release the go to the router and release the IP address or release the thing. I can't remember where you go do that, but when Parker plays on his gaming laptop, it literally like it'll just drop him, and I'm like, just restart the computer, because he'll get kicked out of the game, but the game doesn't crash. And then he comes right back into the game, and then it'll do it again. I'm like, restart the computer.
All right, I think we're set up. Connection seems stable. What did it switch to? Blood Raven.
It is the 2
Blood Raven.
burial grounds. And yeah, we're in here. I don't think there's much left of this particular level, but
Well, I just started on number 1 again.
oh, okay. We'll come to number 1.
Haha, bishy bosh. Die.
You might be there by the time we get there.
Maybe.
Oh, trying to create it. Now you were leaving, and my wife was calling me and
I left alone. I was like, what happened to everybody?
yelling at me.
It's
Oh, we're
important,
in the
it's
middle.
important to
Did you make
yell
a
at
portal?
people. Oh, I'm still trying to find it.
No, they
Yes.
broke the pull down, and when they broke the pull down, they were trying to like hang it over the clothesline so it would dry out, which they couldn't do. So then I was getting in trouble for not listening because I was talking to you guys.
There's a video that's been floating around the internet for a while, and it's got to be one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. It's literally a guy. He, it's like a dad, and he walks around the house, and he like talks to everybody first before he goes to sit down. He's like, hey, do you need anything? You need me to help you with anything before I go sit down? And the wife's like, no. And he checks with the kids to see if they need anything. And he's like, do you guys want me to get you anything to eat? You guys want me to, blah, blah, blah. And like everybody tells him no, right? So he thinks he's golden to go sit down and play some video games. And literally the second that his butt hits the chair and the headphones are on his head, like his wife bursts into the door. We need help, please. We can't find the remote. It's too high. Like literally every kind of excuse that you could ever imagine of why they can't do it themselves and they need his help right that second. And like it just got worse and worse. Like as the video went on, like there was just like tables that were wobbly, like things that needed to be picked up that were too heavy, like things that needed to be grabbed that were too high. They couldn't find batteries for the remote control. And this poor guy, all he wanted to do was sit down and play a game. And he literally like went around the house like in advance to try and like clear out the queue. But as soon as his butt hit the chair, he literally hit the chair. Like it was immediately like, we need help.
What about all these videos where the noise that the PlayStation 5, 4, or Xbox make when they turn on, and they go push the button, and it's like the cries of the female from the other room. Are you freaking kidding me? You're playing Xbox?
I saw the one where the little kid did it. The girl was like, "You better not," and he goes, "Johnny," and the little kid comes in and he goes, "Let's play some games," and he turns it on, and the mom's like, "You better not, Johnny," and he goes, boop, grabs his controller and runs on down.
There's a TP up for Mausoleum if you need it.
We already killed Blood Raven. She's already dead.
No, she's alive.
No, we know what you were doing, man.
Yeah, I knew.
I was
like,
getting. I needed more identify scrolls. I can't not have identify scrolls.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
I'm done right now.
It always reminds me of that one guy we saw on Alpha. I didn't have access to Alpha, and speaking of Alpha, the Diablo 4 beta invites went out. I still haven't gotten one yet, but
I didn't get one either.
But this guy in Alpha, he was like, he rescued Kane, and as soon as he rescued Kane, he just like took his book of Town Portal and his book of Identify, and he dropped them like He just dropped him, and he was
I
like,
don't really identify
"No,
scrolls.
sorry,
Is it
not the
better?
not the town portal, just the identify scrolls." He's like, "I don't need identify scrolls anymore. I've got Kane." And this dude never ever identified anything ever again without going back to town and talking to Kane. Ever.
That's so stupid. Inventory management is always a big question when people post things and they're like, "Oh, why do you have an identify scroll? You know, a book of identify. You could literally be holding 2 more charms in that spot." And it's like, but I like identifying stuff.
What are some good nightmare items to farm? Exceptional level items. I mean, there's a lot of really good exceptional level items. Guardian Angel Templar Coat, Skin of the Viper Magi. Honsudan Yari is pretty good for mercenaries. It's actually really good for mercenaries, especially if you can find it F. There's tons of good nightmare uniques, especially ones that upgrade very well.
The Viper Fork.
Like Lycander's Aim, I think, is nightmare. Pretty good for bosons. I mean, there's tons of nightmare level uniques that are just amazing. Butcher's Pupil is really awesome, and you can even upgrade it and get good use out of it until the end. Trying to think what else, because it's such a broad list that it's kind of hard for me to just like pull them all out of my brain. My brain doesn't work that way, by the way. It just kind of does what it wants to do. It's like, oh, you need file number 00679? Oh, okay. Well, here is file 2734991 AQL. I'm like, that's not what I asked for.
Better than that.
That's not what I asked for at all.
If somebody asks you a question, a lot of times you can pull the answer.
If I'm
even
lucky.
though you don't know
You
know.
You know how many times a day I utter the word, it's on the tip of my tongue. Like, I know it, but...
People ask me, how did you know? And I said, it all was put into the catalog of my brain, and you asked the question, and it gave me the answer. I don't know how the answer came out.
Yeah, mine
it's
is
in there
like,
somewhere.
Mine is like a bubbling pot of cheese. It's hot,
Yeah, no,
and
mine
there's
is-
little bubbles coming to the surface every now and then, and the bubbles may or may not be what you're interested in.
No, mine's like Google, except I don't have to have search results. They just come out.
Oh, mine's kind of like Google too, but when you type in what you want, it goes, "Did you mean?" And it's totally nothing close to what you typed in.
Like, no, isn't it?
Did you mean?
We got a druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Meanwhile, I'm running around these terror zones and being like, damn cold immunes. Where's
Oh.
my Sunder Charm at?
Repair gang, help me out here. What character are you farming for? That'll probably help jog my memory for items specifically for your character. Like, what character are you farming exactly for? Melee character, range character, spellcaster, druid, paladin, necromancer. Like, what's your goal? Then I can pinpoint some items for you, probably a little bit easier. I mean, you donated $2. Least that I can do is give you a good answer. A $2 answer. $2 answer long.
Because the 50-cent answer is just whatever items you find, that's what kind of character you build.
50-cent answer. Somebody donate 50 cents and ask a question so I can give a 50-cent answer.
If you get paid, I'll do that for you. I'll get paid on Friday. I got you.
Spired helmet. Is it F?
A cruel javelin. A cruel javelin.
Check this helmet. Could be F. It's not F. 2-socket non-S, boo. The $2 answer. How am I? I'm pretty good. I'm excited for ladder season 2.
All these rares.
That's
Which one of y'all got
35K in the bank. Ooh, it's an F mesh armor. It doesn't really have anything good on it.
I don't like how there's like one barrel blows up all the other barrels, and then they don't drop anything because they blew up in conjunction with the other one.
They drop
Kind
stuff,
of cheating.
but they exploded.
like-
Remember, the exploding barrels don't drop things.
Yeah, but it explodes like 15 barrels all at the same time.
No, they're all exploding barrels.
Nah.
Yeah, occasionally you run into a stack of exploding barrels. It's a chain reaction. So if you set off one exploding barrel, they can all go off at the same time. It's one of the ways that you can die in hardcore. It's really silly. Like if you hit like there's like 6 barrels next to each other and they happen to all be exploding barrels, you die. If you're low on
You
health.
know, big way for everybody watching your stream, big way to not die in hardcore. Do not exit the game from the game. Exit the game from town. If you save and exit from anywhere, there's a pretty good chance your character will float long enough for you to get killed.
Yeah, there was this guy. He was like leveling up to level 99 on a hardcore character or something, and apparently he went AFK outside of town, and he died. And somebody like told me about it. They were like, did you hear the level 98 hardcore character died? We can't believe it. And I was like, how did he die? It's like he went AFK outside of town. I'm like, well, that's the dumbest way to die on a hardcore character I've heard yet.
That's natural selection right there.
It's like, how did you die? Oh, well, I was fighting Lilith in a grand battle, and then another monster popped up that I didn't see, and then a dragon, like, shoved his tail up my asshole. No. How did you die? Oh, I went AFK outside of town like an idiot.
So they need to be, like, can't you take your character and sit in the lobby if you're dead in hardcore?
Yeah, I think you can go into the lobby, or at least you could in the old game. I don't know about D2R.
So you should be able to click on the person and see their death. See how they died.
That'd be kind of cool to have a little replay of their death.
At least, like, I don't know, 60 seconds or something like that, or 30 seconds.
30 seconds, 60 seconds would be more than enough time to see how somebody died.
Because there's streamers that are literally, they're like, oh, running around cow level.
The
They kill
$2
everything
death.
in cow level. They walk around in cow level. Everything is dead. They literally go save and exit. Then they go over to another character, and when they come back, their character's dead.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. People like
Don't save and exit from the middle of the cow level. There's
people
a stray
saving and
cow.
exiting inside of like dangerous zones, and not even necessarily that there's a monster nearby, but that their character doesn't log out immediately. And a lot of people build glass cannons. I mean, hardcore is a little bit different, but like if your character's just standing there doing nothing, there's a very good chance he's probably going to die in like 3 or 4 swings.
I don't remember people being able to Alt F4 or do that crazy stuff to cheat
Oh,
death.
Yeah.
Oh, you could always do that in
hardcore.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Well done.
There was
was only
even
next-
there was even a mod that people would install, which I think is probably like the epitome of admitting that you died. It was called the chicken mod, and the chicken mod.
Oh yeah, I know you talked about it.
You could literally just set the like threshold for how much HP you wanted, like 10% or 15% or whatever, and it would just automatically save and exit you from a game if you hit that threshold.
Yeah, I stick by the not even death can save you from me. That when Diablo says that, you're not supposed to be able to die to stop playing.
I was playing with a guy who had the chicken mod installed in softcore, and it was the weirdest thing. Like, we'd be playing, and then, like, we'd be right in the middle of, like, a battle or something, and he would just leave. And he would leave all the time. Like, he would almost die all the time.
We did not do both of them. Did I, like...
We did both.
We did both. I think we're on to the next one now.
Oh, I was waiting for you to make it.
You were waiting for me to make it. Well, we're on to 2 now.
I know, but if I make it, then the monster's level's different.
Yeah.
You're higher than me.
Yeah. That's why
It doesn't seem to trade. That's what we were just talking about. It like Parker would make it with his 80-something character.
No, it's the
It's when he
person who
made
made
the
the
game.
game. And then if the person who made the game leaves, then it floats to the next highest person.
It didn't work. He left the game and it didn't revert to my level. It stayed 80-something.
I don't know.
I don't know. We were doing somewhere and like all the monsters, like if the monsters are spawned in the terror zone, they stay terrorized.
Yeah, once
But
a
we were
monster
playing
is
the cow-
once a monster is spawned, that's it. He doesn't.
But in
he
the
doesn't
cow level, it
respawn.
didn't. Yeah.
Now, if you find a corner of the map that you haven't been to yet, and those monsters haven't spawned yet, then they will spawn at the new levels. But it's the same thing with the player count. Once the monster spawns at the specified player count, he won't respawn at a new player count. He's stuck at that forever. That's why people abuse that with like various monsters and like the Uber Tristram and stuff like that. They'll have everybody leave, spawn it at players 1, and then everybody rejoins and they walk in there and all the monsters are stuck at players 1 because that's where they spawned them at.
So do you need to make the game or do you need to walk into the burial grounds first?
Well, I'm assuming with this it's make the game because it said that the level was decided by the level that I was, that the character is. So I'm level 96, and it's supposed to be 2 levels higher than me, and it's level 96 because level 96 is the cap. So I'm already like 2 levels past the cap, basically.
Right.
So it says 99 on your. Well, you haven't walked in there yet. Oh, you have.
It says
Does it say
96 on my
99?
screen because 96 is the cap. 99 is the cap for the elites, and 98 is the cap for the champions. So all champions are 98, all elites are 99. So Bloodraven here is level 99 right now. She can drop like every item in the game right now.
Some godly greaves.
So here's a question for you about that. So, like with
I have no space.
bases, can they also drop bases in these terror zones as well?
Somebody check this war belt. See if it's any good.
Bases? What do you mean?
Like Colossus. Like I was looking for Colossus Blade.
Yeah,
So-
we've tested both chests and monsters, and both the chests and monsters will drop, or rather the clickables will drop the TC87 items when you're in here at level 99. I tested it with Jail. Jail is like a level 71 zone or something. It's pretty low level, and I managed to get a lacquered plate, and we looked it up, and lacquered plate was TC84. So even the clickables are
Okay.
updated.
So that actually, so like for
Oh,
me
yeah, we wasn't knowing that.
to go for dual unbending wills with Colossus Blades, it took me like a month.
Clickables.
And
Oh, I was wondering, should I click the chest, you know?
this is actually easier.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Or maybe it was low.
Oh, there you go.
Here's a jewel. Oh, any space.
I tried turning you up a couple of times, but you're already at like 130%.
This will be my last run. I got to go to work here in like 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Well, if somebody didn't have internet issues.
Well, it's not my fault. I
Hey,
didn't
wait.
have internet issues.
What's the
Here, restart your computer, dude.
Hey, Vortex Shield. The worst of the
There's a
shields.
F Acon Targe. Yes.
Yeah, I just recently did the video on, because I'm doing item-based videos now. And I just recently did the video on all the Paladin shields, and the Vortex Shield, I don't know why the Vortex Shield got, like, completely just half-assed. Like, out of all the shields, the Vortex Shield is the only one that not only does it not go up in block chance, it goes down.
What did somebody say? Their intern was in charge of the items that day?
No, it's 55% block chance on the Royal Shield, which is the shield right below the Vortex Shield. And the Vortex Shield is like 40% or something. It's like stupid. It's like absolutely nothing. Like they just completely like nerfed the block chance on the Vortex Shield for no reason. When the both previous versions of the shield, the Royal Shield and the Crown Shield, are 55% block chance. And I can't for the life of me figure out why the hell they just like destroyed that shield.
You're hungover that
I
day.
think all the elite items should have a special bonus, like the Gorgon crossbow or the crossbow or something. Demon Machine has the ability to shoot 5 arrows before it reloads, 5 bolts. There's a couple items that have little monikers on them, and they're only elite items. But it's like a special feature on that elite item.
Well, in Lord of the Rings Online, there was a special bonus that each classification of items got, and it was a minimal bonus, but it was enough to sway people's decision, like toward using one weapon over another, like depending on what they wanted to build. Like the halberd gave increased threat, so monsters were more likely to attack you. The two-handed sword gave like a small 2% bonus to crit chance. You know, they weren't exactly like the most amazing bonuses, but they were enough to make people go, huh, maybe I want to build a character around this particular item and take advantage of the effects.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Why not have 2% extra crit? You know, that you ain't gotta work for. You know, it makes total sense.
Well, and
It's like
there were cool things that you'd give up though for going down that route. Like if you wanted to be a tanking kind of a class, the extra threat was actually pretty sweet, and they had other bonuses too.
Yeah, it's like when knockback doesn't work because you don't want them to run away. They're like, no, stay here so I can kill you.
I always liked going into these tombs. I'm kind of glad that they added these in the terror zones.
Kind of glad that there aren't like 5 areas that you build your character, and those are the only places that you end game / farm. Because all that was kind of stupid.
Oh, I never enjoyed the whole like, oh, this is the end game leveling zone. All right.
Well, the cows was nice. I mean, that was what you built your character for. You were like, all right, the end game is the cows.
Yeah.
Whoa! Look at all them.
Oh, back in the
Magic.
day, you like specifically built your character around that idea. You were like, can my character do the cows? Oh no, well then he sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, unless you were
He can't do the cows. He's garbage.
Now it's a whole different thing. It's with these terror zones.
Well, then the Javazon rules the cows, and then it's like, oh, okay, we'll just do that.
Yeah, it's Jabbers on. 6 of them in a group.
They need to make cow packs have immunities.
That's not nice.
Man, the
Create the cow
whole
level
the whole
with
goal of
that
cows was
maybe.
just to be a fun area that people level up. It wasn't meant to be anything like super ridiculous. It wasn't even meant to be difficult. Let's be honest. It was meant to be easy. The only characters that even have trouble in there are the melee characters because the cows hit so hard with physical damage. And
Well, when
many
you die,
many a hardcore character has died in there too.
Oh yeah.
Booby trapped cow portals are the death.
I know.
Yeah, when you walk into a game and everybody's standing out in town, and you're like, "Oh, what's everybody doing in town?" Walk through the portal, immediately die.
Well, it's not even that. Sometimes if you're unlucky, where the portal spawns can be like right there in like dead center in the like the Cow King's arena, and then like as soon as you spawn in, they're already like converging on you, and then by the time you load, you're like you're half dead and you're trying to get out of a swarm of cows.
No. Save and exit.
I think I'd have to have that like hell hardcore character that's just in hell, that's like maybe level 40 or 50 or something, and just use them to walk through the portal and check it first. You're like, let me see.
Safety.
Real quick.
You're like, all right, it's good. It didn't spawn in the Cow King's butthole. Probably all right.
Didn't spawn in the Cow King's butthole.
Well, just like when you go to Frigid Highlands, and you're like, this Frigid Highlands portal's taking a little while to load. And then it loads, and you have like 7,000 fire archer arrows in your butt, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's nice.
It's not nice.
Don't know
it's
why
rude.
they were on the stairs.
It's rude.
Yeah, the stairs does not count as part of the level. It should be like monsters can't stand on the stairs. I mean, they can't stand on the stairs in Act 4.
Yes,
They can't go up.
I confirmed it last stream, Ryan, that the poppables are in fact spawning at the higher A level. Confirmation. It was on live stream. If you want to find it, it's on my last live stream.
There's a site that tracks the terror zones. Is there one that actually tracks like which ones have already happened?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it.
Mm-mm.
Well, it doesn't seem to duplicate though, does it?
I don't know. I've seen Jail and Blood Raven quite a few times in the past couple days.
Well, no, but I mean, it doesn't go. They don't go one right after another though.
Like they don't tend to now. I don't think
I
there's
get
a
the Facebook
pattern.
post.
I don't think there's a pattern to them though.
No, I get the ones that say cow level, because somebody doesn't know what non-existent level is,
Yeah, I posted it already.
and I'm like, oh, it's on cow level. And I'm like, tell the boys, I'm like, let's go jump in and get on cow level.
That'd be fun to do some cows.
I hit yesterday, but whoever posted it must not have been like right then, because we got on. We only had like 15 minutes before it was gone. It is on the hour though.
Yeah, on
So
the
it's-
hour, every hour. Just like the chiming of a bell.
So I know we told you that you had to come see our raft in Raft, but now it's Parker's joking. It's actually bigger than the yacht that you find. Not really, but it's
You
close.
can make them absolutely ridiculously huge.
It's
There's
like
some
a pirate
people out
ship.
there who just make whole boats. Like literally whole boats with like everything in them, and like they're so big that they need like 16 engines to even push the dang
We only
thing.
need 4. We have 393 bottoms.
We only need 4, he says.
It's not that big deal. You just turn all 4 of them on. But if you don't turn all 4 of them on, the boat don't move.
So, not to interrupt, do you remember how we were talking earlier about like not getting credit for doing a cipher and stuff over the weekend?
Sort of, yeah. Why? What's up?
So I'm reading an article like PC Gamer.
Yeah, they didn't. They
days
didn't.
ago.
They didn't.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
they mentioned you, but not mentioned you. They're like, this guy.
Yeah.
That
A
doesn't
couple
have
of them
name.
did. Games Radar mentioned me by name and linked my video. Wowhead linked me directly.
Yeah, they get credit. The other people suck.
Yeah, PC Gamer and credited you and all that. I'm just like,
You should send an email. to
PC Gamer N
and be
did
like,
or didn't?
did
They did not.
Because when I first looked at it, they did not.
PC
Yeah,
Gamer
you need to send
and
them a message
did
and say,
while.
hey, you need to identify your sources. You literally watched my video and got all the information off of it, and then didn't
Right.
identify me.
No, I've had a lot of cool stuff happen over the past couple of days though, because like even Riker did a video on the whole thing,
I
and it
just seen
didn't,
that.
and it didn't take very long before a whole bunch of people were like knocking at his door, which I didn't instigate or tell anybody to do that, but they were they were not happy. And then we ended up talking. So me and Riker have actually been talking about the puzzle back and forth quite a bit. He's
Who's
pretty
Riker again?
he's pretty knowledgeable about the lore in Diablo, so it's kind of fun to go back and forth and talk about like the various things that some of the puzzle elements could mean. He's another streamer. He does a lot of Diablo 3, not as much Diablo 2, I think, but he does seem to know the lore of all the games.
I mean, it all ties into each other, so you'd figure. I got to get going. You guys have a good stream. I will talk to you later.
All right, man. Good playing with you.
Yep.
I think it'd be really cool just to have like a big like powwow with like quite a few of the like creators that were involved in this and just talk about all the puzzle elements. Maybe we could come up with something between all of our brains. We could make one cookie. Because there's still more to figure out. I know there is.
Well, somebody said something that there was a person a couple months ago was trying to figure it out, and they really weren't getting any support. You know, I mean, you got to think how many thousands of people were finding these codes.
No, there wasn't there wasn't very
period.
many. I did a lot of research into it. There was only a couple people, but one guy in particular, about a year ago, like literally on launch day. I guess everybody was just kind of excited with launch. I mean, that could be an excuse. But he actually collected 14 codes. He emailed David Brevik asking if he knew what the codes were, and Brevik actually responded, surprisingly. He also posted on Twitter asking for help with the codes. He posted on the frickin' forums asking for help with the codes. He posted on Facebook. He posted several different places on Reddit asking for help with the codes. And the really sad thing is as I followed his little journey through the internet, basically trying to get help, nobody wanted to help him. Nobody. Like everywhere he went, he was met with either scorn for even assuming that there was any secret to be learned from the chat gem, or nonsensical comments like working as intended, or people that literally went out of their way to try and convince him that it was nothing. And very few people actually wanted to help him, which was very sad.
Well, he's not you. You know, you had help, so.
But I get the feeling that if he had actually gotten some help or some support in any way, shape, or form from the community, we may have figured this out a year ago. Like, he was on his way. He had collected 14 codes. He realized that they meant something. He was trying to put them together in a some sort of form. Maybe he hadn't figured out what book to use yet, or that it was an Ottendorf cipher. But it wouldn't have taken him forever to realize something was going on if he kept collecting the codes, and then eventually realized how many codes there actually were. And other people would have gotten involved too if he'd had some kind of support and there was like a groundswell behind him. Heck, if I had heard about him at that time, I would have been right there behind him trying to help him figure out what the hell's going on. But I never even heard of it. It just goes to show you that people like to lift up who they want to lift up, and they like to squish down who they like to squish down. And I guess at that particular time, everybody and their mom was just more interested in squishing this guy down than, being like, hey, he found something cool. Let's try and figure out what it is.
Yeah, some people can garner that support.
I mean, this guy started doing research too. He found some sort of interview with David Brevik, and see if I can pull the image up on screen here for you guys because it's pretty cool. This is his image that he posted. There's two of them. I'm not sure which one it is.
Well, what did they end up doing?
Way too big.
Did they, when they released 2.5, did they end up reposting the image, or how did they draw attention to it this time?
What, when 2.5 dropped, they pretty much pointed us right at it, and they were like, hey, what's this? And then the message led us to the orange numbers, and the orange numbers led us to the cipher.
Well, it's kind of a distraction slash,
So here's David Brevik, and he says, I think when you love a game, it's really fun to know as much about it as possible. To have a fun game and then find a secret inside of the product is always like opening a small door into the developer's mind and finding more about how the developers think and their process. It's also fun as a fan to get a small secret between you and the developer. It feels intimate. It feels like they care about the audience. Ultimately, that you are asking the impossible question, what is fun? How do you define it? Not easy to do. He says, it's really fun to find hidden secrets in a game. It's important to add that to any product, and it's still true today. It may not have been a cheat, but having some sort of secret social references, joke, or hidden content remains as exciting today as it was back then. I mean, basically, he pulled out this, it's like there's another one, too, that goes along with it. But basically, David Brevik is essentially saying, I like putting secrets in games. And so he not only did he find the codes, but he was like, look, here's David Brevik literally saying, I love putting secrets in games. This is probably a secret that he put in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. All right, are we on the next one?
I think we're on the next tune.
No, I already did that one. We just left that one.
We already did the other one?
Yeah, Crypt and Mausoleum.
Ah, okay. Well, I think we're done then. We can move on to the next game if we're finished with the Crypt.
Oh, it's 10 more minutes of this. We can go one more Crypt run, maybe. So everybody thought he was a crazy lunatic and nobody paid any attention to him, huh?
Basically, yeah. Basically.
Well, that's what happens when you go spouting codes and shit.
Well, the thing is it's not like he just said he found a code and that was it. It's not like he just... Yeah, he had screenshots of multiple codes. I mean, he was rolling in the evidence, but nobody wanted to hear it.
So are they saying that this has been in the game since D2R, or it's supposed to be in the game for 20 years?
We don't know if it's been in the game for 20 years, but we know for a fact that it's been in the game for at least a year. And the game's only a year old. We also had several people... I found several people who apparently found these codes at the very beginning of the game. And apparently they were part of the beta. And they said specifically that they spammed the hell out of the chat gem in beta. And they never once got an orange code. Now, I'm not sure if that's coincidence that they just never got an orange code, or if it wasn't active in the beta version of the game. Which, I mean, makes sense.
He got it a couple months ago. It had to have been active then, at least.
Well, 12 months ago is exactly how long ago this guy got the codes.
I don't think I ever noticed these, coffins that are, open, sitting on the ground. Oh, Shelly Rune.
What can you find in these zones, Afflex? You can find everything. Since they're technically level 99 zones, you can technically find everything in here. Since the highest TC class in the game is 87, and these monsters are much higher than PC 87.
It's supposed to save us from the monotony of farming Baal and Lilith and Diablo and all that.
Well, yeah, I mean, not only that, yeah, but I mean, we get to have some fun
Level.
exploring zones we don't normally go to.
Well, these things are fun to play, and if you rush through every every character, you don't ever play these but like once maybe, if that.
Yeah, when you go through, and that's about it.
I mean, I'm excited usually to get to Nightmare or Hell on a new character and get to that, beefed up, lots more bad guys. When you hit Act 1 as Hell and it's like all these mobs around the corner.
You know what's
that
got to
you
be
can-
the You know what's got to be the most fun thing about this stupid code cipher? Is that every time
yeah.
somebody comes in here who hasn't heard of the code cipher, you get to watch their eyes light up as they realize that we found something absolutely crazy. They're like, wait, what?
Yeah. There's things like that in my shop that are like the goofy phone that everybody constantly asks me about when they come in, and to me it's something that I've seen and had for a while, but new people.
So Applex, basically, there was a hidden code within the game. It had been hidden for probably about a year, if not more. It's bare minimum 1 year is how long we know for a fact that it's been hidden. And we don't know if it's been hidden longer than that, but we do have evidence that the code was hidden in the game for at least a year.
Before 2.5.
The code was actually an Ottendorf cipher, which was translated out to a hidden passage that was 666 words long and contained a lot of hidden phrases and, we think, lore about Diablo 4, among other things. If you'd like to check it out, we do have a Google Doc with all the information on it. Where's my Google Doc at? Pin.
Said something about it got messed up or something. Somebody went in and changed everything.
No, that was the ladder sign-up sheet.
Oh, that was a ladder. Oh, okay. Squiddy replaced himself with everybody.
Either that or somebody who was making a joke about Squiddy did it.
Oh, well.
Ruined my name.
I already went up, so there's nothing up top.
Now we got some Nova Sorceress with us. Dang, alright.
Yeah, I went up there. This fade works pretty well. The treachery.
Yeah, fade's nice. It's a little hard to maintain on a range character, but
Oh, I did hit plenty. Send me a picture of somebody with a bunch of Transformers for sale.
oh, I forgot to tell you, I found the green Inferno or Grapple or whatever he is. At,
His name is Paller.
at
Yeah, I got him.
Walmart.
Did you find Cosmos?
I found not in Find Cosmos. They had the Diaclone, that one that looks like what was the name of that Transformer? Almost looks like a Ford Bronco or something.
I didn't buy the green one.
And then also they had Blur there. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Legacy to me is not like G2 or random other crap. All right, Kuros Bazaar.
Okay. Cross Bazaar, Ruined
And a bunch of
Temple,
other
and Disused Fane.
They selectively just pick two of them.
No, they're the temples that are inside of the inside of Bazaar.
I thought there was more than that though.
There's 2 temples in each zone. And there's
Oh,
2
each
temples.
overall.
There's 2 temples in the causeway as well. So I think in total there's
How many
like
kind of go?
6 or 8.
Mine.
I can't remember exactly. A decent number. So this temple right here should be one of them. Lots of clickables in these too. I think this is the one that Battle Maid Serena's in.
You disappeared. Let's see. Up here. This one. I see it.
I made it into a meme the other day. I thought that was pretty funny.
You made it into a meme?
Yeah, some guy made a silly video about like getting super rich in Diablo 2 Resurrected. Apparently he found a 2020 torch and did a whole bunch of crazy stuff with it. Traded it for a perfect Griffin's Eye diadem and like ended up getting like 1,000,000 runes and had like a last wish and a bunch of other stuff. But at the end he like took clips from like all the YouTubers' videos. It was 6 of us of basically us saying burr, and he like looped us so we were saying burr burr burr, and he like put us into the song. I thought it was funny.
I love it when somebody asks for a TP and you're like, here's a TP in the middle of death where I happen to be right now.
Burr burr
Well,
burr.
Burr burr burr. Like, you asked for a TP. It just happened to be in the middle of death.
Yes.
Time when you asked. Grambo, Grambo.
You asked for a TP. You didn't say how safe it needed to be.
49 mana Grand Charm.
I always just ask for the freshest TP. I want the freshest. Do I have any idea what the video is? I'm pretty sure I could find it.
Your meme video.
Burr burr burr. Burr burr burr. Burr burr burr. Burr burr burr. Burr burr burr.
Oh, wrong way. That goes out of the area.
I think I bookmarked it actually.
I like these hell swarms because they just go.
Stop it.
Parker's always like, "Where did you go?" I'm like, "I'm old school, dude. We literally
Where
walk
did you
along the
go?
edges of the map."
Don't know.
He's like, "But you went the opposite way that I was going." I'm like, "Because the map ended, so I turned around and went back the other way." It's not that hard, man.
Go, 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 go. There it is. I found it. Here you go. This is the burr 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 video. Burr 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 burr.
Isn't that like old 50s song?
Can you figure out? No, it's not. He doesn't do it like that. It's just burr burr burr.
Oh,
That's it. Just burr burr burr. He uses us as backup singers in his video. Can
Does he
figure
lose
out
any
a
credit?
plan to level up best before ladder starts with the Terra Zones. I mean, we'll probably just utilize the Terra Zones as we go. It's really not so much a matter of leveling up your character as quickly as possible as it is getting the equipment you need so you can actually like exist in the zones. I mean, like when you get to hell difficulty, if you can't hang in hell difficulty, you might as well not be there.
yeah, die.
Like we're gonna
eat.
spend a lot of our time like gearing ourselves out. I mean, the Terra Zones will help a little bit because hopefully we'll get some good drops in them. But it'll make it a little bit easier to farm stuff. But it's pretty much just as simple as just, hey, go do the Terra Zones. Like, look, there's a Terra Zone. Let's go meteorize stuff. Of course, we're still gonna have to actually like, you know, get ourselves to Nightmare and get ourselves to Hell difficulty. There's also a pretty big issue with freaking Archon staff. There's also a pretty big issue with the level difference. So if there's too much of a level difference between, you know, like the character that makes the game and the characters that need to level up, we might not get any EXP at all. This is a really small ruined temple. That is.
Yeah, the other one was small too.
That is downright tiny.
Well, it's nice they included them because I was running Frigid Highlands and none of the Abaddons or anything are included, or Frozen Tundra or whichever one it was. It's like, nope. I guess their terror doesn't spread as much as we want it to.
Terror.
They need to have like all have fanaticism or something cool like that, so that we really get killed.
Chunks.
30 million.
I've
I actually,
got
for the first
60,
time, almost have 3 bars.
50, 55 million. I think we pretty much cleared this. I think it's done. Next.
Yeah.
Burr, burr, burr. That's right. Burr, burr, burr. I'm just thrilled to be in a meme. I don't even care. Burr, burr, burr. He asked me if I like it. I said burr, burr, burr. Burr, burr, burr. Burr, burr, burr. Burr, burr.
At least they lit it up on purple, so you don't have to remember where it is.
Burr, burr, burr.
See, this is cool too because every game is going to give you that random characters, you know, per this area. Like Arcane has the same guys every single time you go. There's no randomization, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. Especially if you don't have physical damage, or non-physical damage for the ghosts, or non-cold damage for the stupid little vampires. That's right, Chad. Burr, burr, burr. I'm proud of my 3 seconds of fame in that video. I kid. It was more like 15.
I thought you were going to say somebody did your Captain Jack Sparrow. You have to release a soundtrack. You just put some of your songs on iTunes. $1 a piece should be all right. Grand Charm, grab them. Bye-bye.
Burr, burr, burr.
Who's this guy? You want TP? Ooh, look at that. Centurion. Who wants a Centurion? Right on there. Tyrant Club, what's that?
That's the demon limb. Really good for enchanting yourself.
Ah. See, if I'm playing in the game and it falls on the ground, I count it in my holy grail.
I mean, you don't need enchant with me in the group, but it's nice to have when you don't have me in the group.
Alright, what do you got?
I have level 43 enchant from my mercenary.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's on this character. What are you going to go with for your Zonmerc?
I've got demon limbs on other characters.
No, I meant for your ladder character. You're making a Frost Maiden, right?
Yep. She's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to like hustle and get myself an ice bow. Obviously, I'm gonna go with Wiz and Draw to begin with. Well, whatever Wiz and Draw we find.
Yeah, I thought about doing a Ranger Paladin, but I've never really done that before.
They're not that hard. You pretty much just use a bow. There's lots of different bows you can use. You can use things like Shaku that has exploding arrows, or the Widowmaker, which has guided arrow, or... And in general,
So
what you're trying to do is you're trying to apply damage that is non-physical to your attacks. So, like, you can be a Holy Freeze Paladin, a Holy Fire Paladin, a Holy Shock Paladin.
Well, you know,
there's a
me
lot of
some cold.
choices. I mean, Holy Freeze does work really good, and with the new Cold Sunder Charm, it could be really interesting. But fair warning, I'm pretty sure the Sunder Charm is probably going to be the most valuable of the charms.
The cold one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure if you get one, and then you get a better one, and then I can get your old one. And if I'm running with you with Holy Freeze, then it'll be like all kinds of extra cold damage on top of your cold damage. But, I mean, I guess I probably wouldn't run Holy Freeze, would I? Wouldn't I just run a Merc with Holy Freeze?
Nobody even picked up the Tyrant Club. Are we that late in ladder? Nobody wants a demon machine. I mean, a demon limb.
Yeah. I mean, I only have 2 ladder characters, and they have everything they need, so for the most part. I mean, I still want to make the poison rune word for Parker's character that's non-ladder, so that it can drop to non-ladder. No, wait, no, he made a ladder one. Never mind.
What,
We just haven't
plague?
found the runes to make plague. And then I've got a 5-socket. I've got a 5-socket bow for another mist.
Oh, there's the other one right here. You can see it. We should have got you an ice.
I like the
Eventually.
piercing.
Yeah, but you're an
So
Amazon. You
you-
got piercing. You can build your skill.
I could. Squiddy gave me the bow and like 4,000 grand charms. He's keeping me pretty stocked up.
Stocked.
It was definitely beneficial to be, rolling ladder with the GGM kinship,
An unearthed wand. That's a high TC class item.
because people just be like, "Oh man, hey, you in the game? I know you. Here's some free jankies."
You want this doojank I got here? I'm like, what doojank do you got? I'm like,
Pirate guns.
solid gold, adamantium.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of really cool metals, and a show that confused the crap out of me recently. I was watching the new Ring of Power show, and basically Elrond turns to frickin' Durin and says that if we don't get the mithril, our people will die out. And I'm like, I'm pretty big in the lore for Lord of the Rings, but I've never really heard of like the elves dying because they couldn't get mithril. What does that have to do with the Evan stars that they wear around their neck or something?
I mean, you're talking about elves and Lord of the Rings. Aren't they immortal?
Well, yeah, that's what I always thought too. I didn't think they needed mithril to elongate their immortality or anything. Maybe I just maybe I just completely missed it.
You got your Stargate, where those guys are kept alive by the Hoojankies, the things that they live in.
I don't know.
They pretty much can't stay alive without them.
I mean, it could
But
be
they're-
in the mythos. I just never heard it.
Because they're supposed to be immortal, but they're not. They apparently were as close to immortal as possible. So maybe there's something that causes them to be immortal that they need.
I need a key.
My thing is that even if they did need that particular thing, Elrond didn't know what it was. Durin had only just found it. Like, he didn't even know what it was. They literally came up with the name together. Like, that's how silly it is. Like, they came up with the name together.
Hey, Chad, come here and help me with these guys that won't die. Oh shit, I don't have my Merc. I mean, I don't have my Valkyrie. That would help.
And then my Valkyrie, like, almost never dies on most of my
these dudes
characters
won't
that
freaking
use
die.
Valkyries. So I literally, like, just forget to even summon her half the time.
Start a new game and you're like, oh. Right. All right. These guys are healing each other and they're immune to cold, so I can't kill them.
Oh, the faithful are always a pain in the butt to kill. I'm not trying to find you, though. I don't even know where you are.
Top of the map. Actually, I got one. Like top side of the map, left side, flash top. Stop resurrecting them. That's what we do.
Oh, they're champion faithful, too.
Give me a bunch of gold.
I'm level 96, Yannick. I ought to be level 97 if this keeps up.
I don't know. People are so all over the place about the reviews of these Terra zones. I mean, some of it was just flat out stupid. Like, they're either it's too easy or it's too hard. And I'm like, which one do you want, people?
Well, a lot of the people who are reviewing the terror zones are reviewing it from the perspective of the most overpowered character in the game running P8 solo. Like, that's how they're reviewing it. And then other people are reviewing it from, like, a different perspective of like, hey, here's a character that I built myself, that I geared up myself, and I'm having a hard time in here. You know, and you're like, okay, well, you know, you're. Some people are like way over geared, and then they're judging the freaking levels by the way over geared characters, and then other people are like way under geared, and they're judging the levels by being way under geared.
So they're at the end of the game, and they're like, "Oh, this new place that's supposed to be really hard is not hard enough." Because I was kind of beyond end game.
No, these people who are saying that the terror zones are like super duper easy are also the same people who are soloing players 8 chaos by themselves in like record-breaking times of like 1 minute 15 seconds or something, like per chaos run, including Diablo.
The game gets really easy when you quantify a burr rune as only $2 US. That's how the game ends up really easy, because you're like, well, I've got $2 whole in my pocket. Got me a burr rune.
Burr.
It's just too easy to say it's cheaper. But then there's some items in the game, like a rare boots that I find in the freaking cow level and nobody picks up. And you ID those, and they end up being, if you're thinking of a burr rune as a couple bucks, like $2, these boots are like $25.
Oh, even something as simple as like a godlike white base. Like there are some absolutely ridiculous godlike white bases that that will fall every now and then, and they're super duper rare. Like they have to have like the right plus the skills on them. And like they're so rare that they can literally be worth like 10 or 20 burr runes.
Try going here?
And some people don't even pick the dang things up.
You see me?
The white wands, they don't even pick them up and look at them and see what modifiers are on them.
Parker's always like, I don't know where you are. I'm like, where's your map? I'm green. I'm on your map. Look at me right here. I found the other temple.
Look at me. I'm on your map. Look at me. I'm dancing.
Yeah, I'm on your map.
Look
They
at me.
don't know where you are.
Map.
I'm on your map, dude. Like they want me to follow them around. I'm like, I'm not following you around. I was like, I'm playing.
You don't know where you're going. It's like
Characteristically,
it's like with the dog.
Around,
the dog always wants to be leading, and he has no clue where we're going. So he does this stupid thing where he kind of like walks ahead of us slightly and then looks backwards every now and then to like make sure that we're following him. And like when we turn, because he doesn't actually know where we're going, like he turns around and we're not following him, and then he like runs back in front of us, and it's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen, because he has to be in front of us.
I played this game too much and lost too many items throughout the years to play like right up people's butts.
Oh.
I don't really feel I need to be
Rufus?
right next to people unless we're leveling together.
That's the credendum.
A Mang song.
You found a
I don't know, what did
useless.
you just find?
You found a
was that?
useless rarest item in the game yesterday.
Was that nauseous?
Mang songs is literally like super duper ridiculously rare.
Oh no, I meant what you just found, the mithril.
Oh, it's part of the telling of the beads.
Oh yeah.
Generally, the best bone spear or white wand usually involves skill saving modifiers. Those are the absolute best. So it's usually something like +3 bone spear and then +3 revive, because revive is really far down the skill tree and it saves a whole lot of skill points to not have to go all the way down the skill tree to access revives, because you have to go through all the golems and you have to get the mages, and a lot of people don't like doing that. And then also lower resistance, if you want lower resistance or decrepify. So like +3 bone spear, +3 lower resistance, or +3 decrepify, +3 revive is a really strong skill saver, because you don't have to go down to get decrepify, which saves you a whole bunch of skill points. You don't have to go down and get revive, which saves you a whole bunch more skill points, and then you can take those skill points and beef up something else with them. And then, of course, you also get the +3 bone spear. There's a lot of different ways that those wands can roll and be, like, absolutely amazing. Do they actually do it? No. The 99,000 times out of 100,000 that they're always wrong. They're just terrible.
And they've got, like, lifesteal and dual life leech and charges of skills that you already have as a necromancer, and like retarded things that you do not need on a necro. How many times have we found wands that are so freaking good if they were a sword? But they're not a sword. They're a wand. It's crazy.
Too many gems, not enough gems. Too many gems, all of my gems.
Where'd you guys go? Oh, you're housekeeping.
I'm in town housekeeping.
Housekeeping, fluff your pillow.
Hello, Faulty Towers.
So then when we play Raft, the boys aren't like, they literally just go off like little worker bees, like making meals and making smoothies, and they don't do as much as utilitarian stuff like filling up water and
Utilitarian stuff.
Well, they're like, oh, who didn't fill up the water thing? And I'm like, I don't know. I drank it and didn't fill it up. Yeah, that was probably me. It's like, but you're welcome for those 40 fish that I put in the treasure chest. So, there you go. There's that.
You bastard. How dare you not fill up the trough? What do you think this is?
Well, like Carter will just go off and be on the island. And I'm like, where are you at, Carter? And he's like, oh, I died. And I'm like, don't know where the hell you are on the island, dude. I was like, now I got to go find you.
Yes.
It has an actual unstuck button. So after about a minute or 2 minutes, it'll teleport you back to the raft. Still dead.
Still dead.
And then they're just sitting on the raft, and you got to go pick them up. I mean, I was sitting there playing on my phone. I had the game up and forgot that I was playing, and I had my phone out and was looking up stuff on eBay and looked up and I'm dead. And I'm like, what the? Nobody's playing with me. I was like, I had to turn on Parker's computer and get him in the game so that I could pick myself back up.
Well, thanks, Driss. I appreciate it. Also, burr, burr, burr.
Yeah, burr, 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 burr.
What's the password on the game, Luke? It's always 16. You didn't have to pay $11 for it. You didn't have to pay $11 for that.
Hey, you need $5 more, man. It's $16 for the password.
You could have asked anybody in chat. They would have told you the password's 16. It's always 16. Unless, what's the whole? Say it with me, folks. Unless I'm trying to keep you out.
It's just like
Set
a zip
it
tie,
and forget it.
It's a little twisty tie.
It's not actually supposed to keep you out unless it's supposed to keep you out. That's
1% MF, large charm. Oh, here's some more of them evil dudes.
You're not a ladder char? What character are you playing, Luke? Because I got tons of non-ladder gear that I can give you. Not the totally RMT or $11 that you sent, but...
Yeah, that's like.
But if you need something, I've got like 6 or 7 non-ladder characters that have equipment that I'm not using, and I would be more than happy to hand your way. Cool.
Yeah, I will gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today.
Fully geared, but are you fully geared with the most amazing loots?
Yeah.
I also have a random burr rune that I found the other day to give away if anybody wants a burr rune. Maybe I'll do like a trivia question, and whoever gets the trivia question can have the burr rune.
You could do an Ondor cipher, but use
Use
your
an Ondor cipher.
Use your streams so that they have to go when they find the code. The code tells them what video, and then what time of the video, and then they got to use the words that you said in the video.
Oh, I like to do it. I like to do it really easy. I just make a game, and then I put the password as the answer. That way they have to type in the. That way they have to type in the answer to get into the game, and then I drop the burr rune on the ground, and the first person then that actually picks it up is the one who wins.
Ah.
It's a pretty easy way to do it. You like 3 people join at the same time, and the first one that runs over.
Yeah, that'll do it. This is pretty good. This is better than jail I was doing earlier.
Depends
Easy
on the
little bit.
zone. There's also a
Good
lot
little
of
gun
there's also a lot of EXP etiquette that people are gonna have to learn. Like with EXP etiquette, you got to know that there's you can't go very far away from
Terror approaches sanctuary.
your teammates. Like you can't go very far away from your teammates
We got
before
an Uber
before
Diablo?
nobody gets the EXP. So like if you're more than like 2 screens, I want to say 2 screens. If you're more than 2 screens away from everybody, they're not getting any EXP from anything you kill, and you're not getting any EXP from anything that they kill. Like they shortened it a lot from the old days. The old days, you used to be able to sit in town by the portal and you would get EXP. That's how ridiculously far it went.
Yeah. What's terror approaches? Is that what level is that?
I'm not sure.
We ain't done any Annies in a while. Otherwise, we go make some games.
He was literally just telling us, not even 20 minutes ago, that he has 3 unidentified Annies in his inventory.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
But he needs some more Annies, boys. Despite the fact that he hasn't even
wanna-
identified those 3 in his inventory.
Well, that was non-ladder. This is ladder.
Oh, he needs some more ladder Annies.
No, I just wanted to see if this character could do anything, because this character's doesn't usually. Oh, look, the only immune to magic's in the whole game.
Kills them all.
All right, person who said D2 clone. What level is it at? Terror approaches. Is that 5 or?
99. Is that a pound symbol? What do they call the pound cents in like I would say 99
Hashtag?
cents in America. Like I wouldn't say $1. So what is that? 99 pence or something? I can't.
No, they got rid of the pence system.
There's no pence no more.
It was 240 pence to a pound. I think they just used cents again.
It's euros. So 99 euro cents.
Well, they just cents is what they say on the outside.
Cents. I find some euro coins every now and then. And I hang on to them. They're useless to me, but I hang on to them anyway.
I had a bunch of them. I forgot to give them to Corey when she went to Italy. I was like, I can give you a handful of change. You can take it with you and spend it. And I didn't give it to her.
I want to get like a whole bunch of Canadian pennies and go up to Canada and spend them and get looked at really funny because Canada got rid of all their pennies. But I just want to like pay for something in pennies in Canada where they got rid of all their pennies. I'm pretty sure we could scrape together enough Canadian pennies to buy something.
I've got a ton of them.
They still exist.
Oh, it's at 3 of 6. Thank you. Sorry, I'm out of the lore.
Alright, so this one's done, I guess. Let's move on to the next one.
I have to go home. It's almost time for me to leave work.
Yeah, Nick said he's got some of them. Alright, we're going to pool all our Canadian pennies together, and we're going to go buy something really silly, like a graphics card. I'm going to need like 26,000 pennies.
Yes.
Let's get to work, boys. If the community can decipher an Ottendorf cipher, we can come up with 26,000 Canadian pennies.
26,000.
Well, I mean, move the decimal point over 2 places. And then it's Canadian money, so it's worth less. So you need more.
Not a whole lot. You know, all that's changed a good bit. The pounds used to be double for U.S.
Oh
and the
yeah, I know
euro
they
was
went
pretty close.
way down recently. But that's because of
And
King
the
Charles.
Canadian-
People are afraid of King Charles. He's scary.
Hold on, I'm killing people. Oozehorn the Fantastic tried to kill me.
Well, I mean, he's fantastic. But he is
Oh, a
quick.
foul rune. Woo.
If he's fantastic, he's gonna do fantastical things.
His name was Oozehorn. Oozehorn. I think he's got bigger problems than worried about killing me if he's oozing from his horn. I need to get that looked at.
I think he does.
Oozehorn.
I think he does.
So what's up with this? We live in Virginia here.
That
That fall has actually come at the time of fall, like for the first time ever.
Is that like
It's at 4 of 6.
Is that like the worst towels ever? I just got a 1-1-1 towels. Doesn't the mastery roll between 1 to 3 or whatever?
Chunk said somebody's walking it. Walking the clones.
Walking the clones?
Well, if it went from 3 to 4, automatically it's already at. Say it says Terra is about to be unleashed. Isn't that 5?
Yeah, and if you guys want to go make a game, this is
Yeah,
the
I'll go.
time. This is the time to make the game.
All right, let me go make one. I'll make my normal game.
We can. There's no super unique on. Actually, no, there is a super unique in Karas Bazaar. Now that I think about it, Battle Maid Serena. We have to save her though. She's in one of the 2 tombs. I can't remember which one.
Ah, it says Diablo has invaded. I swear I hadn't made the game yet.
Battle Maid Serena in here, or is this the wrong one?
Oh, I don't know if I got it.
I mean, if you didn't, you didn't. We still got the one that's in here. You could try joining the previous game. See if GGM7's still open.
Now, once you create a new game, now it says Terror gazes upon the sanctuary. Let me just hit up something and see what happens. Oh, you said do the terrorize then?
Well, I was just saying that we already had a game up. That one might still be up. You could always try. Somebody might have went AFK in there or something.
Nah, I just was like 3 seconds shy of hitting it because I just came right to Stony Field. It's not here. So you said which one? 7
Why you
or
spawn him in
something?
Trav? We were supposed to spawn him in this little zone so we could be terrorized. You
Yeah,
dang
well,
Trav
that's
spawning Travers.
all right, let's find somebody's game. Oh, that one says Annie on it, so that's probably not.
Luke said he saved GGM7. It's open. Which means that you should be able to spawn.
Well, he's already doing it though, isn't he? Huh?
I don't know.
Well, I got my barb set up with like what has he got? Like not heal people stuff. Blather's in here. He's in Hoggoth. All right, so where am I supposed to go?
GGM7.
We already killed that chick though, didn't we?
You can do any super unique.
Yeah, let's try Stony Field. That's where I usually end up killing him.
Alright, let's see if we get a horrible Annie or not.
Oh, did you already kill him?
Oh yeah, he did. We had the whole group with us. I have Conviction, we had sorceresses and stuff, so it went pretty fast. A lot of the times when you fight Ogre Diablo in a group and you have the right like synergy things going on, Ogre Diablo doesn't last very long.
I guess this is him right here. Let's see.
17, 13, 10. It's a 10% EXP with 17
He's not
stats.
here.
It's actually not bad. He may have
He must
spawned.
have been
He
somewhere.
may have spawned somewhere else.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, we were in Karas Bazaar. Everything's dead there, though. I don't know. Maybe somebody else was running like cow level or any other number of things. Like, because I've noticed that you don't even really have to go near the super unique. You just, if you enter the zone where the super unique is and you get like somewhere in the vicinity of the super unique, he automatically spawns on that super unique.
I don't know where he was. He was in Hargoth when I got into the game. Blather.
Check Frigid Highlands, and there's 2 super uniques right there, Shank and Eldritch.
Yeah, we went to Stony and it didn't spawn at Stony. He said check Pendle. I don't know that he would have been in there.
Let's go.
No.
Let's go hunt him down real quick, shall we?
In GGM7, he's not at Pendle, so it means he exists in the game somewhere.
We're gonna go hunt. A hunting we will go. A hunting
There's only but so many super uniques.
Hi ho the Dario. Hunting we will go.
All right, did you go to Frigid?
Let's run my check first, because that's the most common place that he ends up getting spawned.
All right, he's not up here. I mean, the game was definitely up. so it's got to be. There's a Grand Charm. Got to be somewhere up here. Where's he going?
Oh god, archers. I mean, we could cover every super unique in the game. It wouldn't take that long.
No, I mean it's got to be somewhere within range of a portal, right?
There's another one down here, Doc Farron. I might as well kill him real quick.
A death rune.
Somebody could have walked outside of Haragroth and spawned him on Doc Farron.
Yeah, he was in when I got to the game. He was in Hargoth. So you think maybe he went out the front door?
Basically, yeah.
He says he got to be in Act 3, where he was, I guess. Let's see. Great Marsh. I can't teleport, so I ain't gonna be able to do very much.
An Ath Thresher. Anybody want an Ath Thresher for a Merc?
Herat's Bazaar still terrorized. He didn't go out of town at all. Why is there monsters in Karat's Bazaar? I thought we killed everybody here.
Well, the only super unique that's in Karat's Bazaar is Battlemaid Serena.
Yeah, but I swear we killed everybody in this. We cleared this game. Because we were in 8, weren't we? Or is this the game he made ahead of us? I gotta be Serena. Ah! Was she in the temple?
I'm not sure. Yeah, download something weak.
So, what level is Uber Diablo supposed to be that he would be terrorized, he would be bigger?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if he would or not. We just, why not spawn him in the terrorize zone? More fun that way.
People they've been fighting Baal or whatever. I don't know. And he spawns. I mean, I don't know that necessarily doesn't mean he was terrorized, but here's the disguised Fane. No, that's not disguised. What is it? Disused.
I mean, we may have accidentally gone into Lower Kurast, which, I believe Stormtree? I don't know if he would spawn it, though.
What game were y'all in? Y'all were in 8 or y'all were in
We were
6?
in 8. We already killed 8. We killed Uber Diablo in 8.
It's like it doesn't make any sense. We came through the portal and there was just tons of monsters, but we had already cleared this game.
Oh.
I don't know
I
why
was
they
gonna
would
check Stormtree down here and see if Stormtree spawned him.
I'm thinking he recreated the game. Oh, no, he said he came here to save the game. Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. Well, why was there monsters back here?
Nope, Stormtree's not it.
Have we found the arena yet? Well, Lambo Chambo.
Spectral hit.
Can't pick up that charm. Hopefully it's not an all-res one. Oh, here's the other one. Are y'all already in here? Nope. My TP.
Oh, somebody found him?
No, I'm at the other temple though. If you want to come. You think is she in the temple?
Okay, Battlemaid Serena's in one of the temples.
Well, hit my
We may have
TP
already
then.
killed her, though.
No, neither one of these temples were explored on my map. Like I said, this looks like a different game.
Maybe it was made after he spawned then.
No, he said he came here to save it, but unless he inadvertently clicked on create game instead of join game.
Maybe.
But I mean, I was like 2 seconds too late making my game, so this game had to have been already up before. An ornate plate. What's the unique ornate plate? Griswold's?
Corpse Morn.
Corpse more. Yeah, there you go.
It's got corpse explosion charges on it. It's actually pretty powerful. I've actually had some people build characters around that thing. Can do quite well too, because corpse explosion's broken.
This dude. He like left me standing here with like all these monsters. He's like, hold on, I'll be right back. Don't die.
Yeah, don't die.
Well, you was in this place with me. Now you're not in this place with me.
What's up, Fuzzy Muppet?
Now he's on join, not create. It's got to be in this game somewhere. I forget if somebody's not on Discord, they're probably still listening to you on chat.
On stream, that's right.
On stream. The dock guy in Act 5. This is little. Was anybody want a corpse morn? Because it's sitting right here.
It's worth 35k in the bank. $35k in the bank. 35k in the tank.
Yeah, Amanda's car hit 37k miles. And I was thinking of your song.
35k in the bank. You didn't even pick it up. 35k in the bank. It's so pretty too. It's a very pretty plate.
No, I didn't pick it up.
It's gold and black and gold and golden.
My dude, all my people are poisoned.
Ruined.
I was like, why is my crew dying? It's not right.
Scissors Swayam.
I mean, it's kind of nice running around the places that you like to play and decent type items. I mean, I'm not like I found anything crazy, but
I mean, just because
a lot of tiaras and diadems and stuff.
Just because everything can drop doesn't mean you're going to get what you want.
Yeah. Somebody was doing way too much math on their post. They were like, single self-found, and I've done this and done that, and percentage-wise and mathematical, and of course they still found a bunch of good stuff. They just didn't find what they thought they were going to find.
35k in the bank is going to get stuck in your head, Fuzzy Muppet?
Yeah, stop singing songs, man.
So what you're saying is you want to hear the produced version. That's what I heard. You want to hear.
You want to buy it on iTunes.
You want to hear the produced version, right? That's what I here's the produced version of 35k in the bank. All right, there you go, buddy. For your auditory enjoyment.
Oh, gold. Where's my gold at?
Well, you died?
No, I stuck it in my chest. I had like 600,000. Remember, I was thinking of the other day. I was like, remember we were PvPing each other, like just to mess around, and dude killed me like 4 times and took my 5 million gold, and then he finally got killed and I took it back, and then you killed me. I was like, I wasn't stealing his gold. I was taking it back. Like, who steals your gold when you PvP anyway? I mean, that's so rude.
Thief.
I just have to tell myself I've got to deposit it. All right, so we went to Coal Plains. You said Lower Cross.
I have a feeling he's not here. Like, I don't know. We've already looked everywhere. Unless somebody did Trav. Did anybody check Trav yet?
No, we'll go there.
Somebody might have walked in the Trav portal. Probably spawned on the on one of the super uniques. That's right, Flux. Show him who's boss. They ain't got your number. They ain't got your number. They ain't got your bills.
Just sad looking. Magic. One unique out of all that stuff.
Acre string.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not even a rare, not even a set, just one unique out of all those items.
need a key.
Just go to every waypoint and be like, it's somewhere. He's somewhere.
I mean, you just check all the super eggs. That's the question.
I
super
think we'd have better
eating
luck just randomly hitting up games.
It's too late for that.
See, bish bosh. No. Just messing.
He doesn't even need one. He's just
Sure.
trolling.
Need more unidentified ones in my inventory.
Remember what from Metalopalops, Fuzzy Muppet?
Yeah, they named our llamas. We have one llama, and it's named Llama, and the other one's Red Pajama.
Llama, red
llama.
pajama. Come on down, we'll make some sama.
Yeah, and then they don't shear them, and they don't milk the guys, and I was like, okay.
Shear the llamas, get your fur. Gonna make some
We got a
really
white
nice.
goat. He's white.
Kubus, what do you want, sir? What do you want, Mr. Monster Dog? We just took him to the vet and weighed him. He's freaking 92 pounds. You're heavier than a bag of concrete. I hope you know that. What are you so yawny for? Why you got such
Yawning
horrible
for
breath smelling? It smelled like you ate a rotten milk carton. Oh wait, you did eat a rotten milk carton. Y'all thought I was joking. That's right. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
The game that gives you an almanac, an encyclopedia, makes you find the clues. And then every time you find Carmen Sandiego, you should just go somewhere else. 2 grand charms from the same chest. Come here, Godzilla.
Grand
no
charm. Oh
space.
yeah, all the grand charms in here can be re-rolled for good effect. They're all high level grand charms. So any grand charm you get in here, basically like the equivalent of a Diablo or Neolithite grand charm.
2 to maximum damage, 22 cold resist.
So you can re-roll it.
I love when somebody.
I used to watch the TV show Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and then we did play that. We had the game too, I think, on on PC, like Windows 95 or something.
I was gonna say, I love when people re-roll. You know, they post on Facebook and they're like, "I've re-rolled this Graham chart like 14 times, and now I've got a, you know, like assassin skiller. Should I re-roll it again and try to get a better one?"
No. Get a different Diablo charm. It's not that big of a deal.
Your odds are very, very low redoing the same.
Well, no, it's not even that. Like Diablo charms aren't even that rare. Like you got a really good charm. Like just keep it. Get another Diablo charm and start from that one. Like it doesn't. Starting from a new one or picking up with the one you left off. There's no like counter on it. Like, oh, he's invested 40 gems in this thing. We've got to give them something good now. No, there's nothing like that. Like,
they're silly. They're like, I got a 41 life, you know, Pally Grand Charm. Should I go for a 45? And I'm like, no. Why would you even consider that?
I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of fire sorks, a lot of fire characters in general for the new ladder. I think fire is gonna be the new class. Because everybody, I think, and their mama has wanted to build a fire character at some point or another, and lamented life at all the fire immunes. And I think the fire sunder charms, for the first time, are gonna allow, you know, the actual characters to build, you know, what they want, as opposed to building what they don't want. Like at this point, you could totally make like a freaking firewall sorceress if you want to. Just
I think that's what everybody's so mad about.
Firewall.
Is because they've already, like, you know, I know what the cookie cutter is. It's like they went out and bought lots and lots of chocolate chips, and now they're mad that
people want macadamia nuts.
Yeah, they're like, oh, but I thought chocolate chips were what everybody wanted. Nope. Best in slot means little to nothing now.
I mean, the value of certain items are going to go up a lot. Any item that has negative enemy resistance on it in general is going to be a lot more valuable. The facets are going to be a lot more valuable.
All those little small charms.
Like anything you can get to bring down the resistance of a monster just a little bit more. I mean, you might see a lot more lightning sorceresses using Crescent Moon. Crescent Moon is absolutely amazing on lightning sorcs, and if they're running a Sunder Charm to bring down the fire and the lightning resistance to 95%, they're definitely going to need something like Crescent Moon to bring that lightning resistance down another 35%. Crescent Moon is amazing on lightning sorcs, by the way. A lot of lightning sorcs are so busy like putting on orbs and random crap that they've got that they don't even consider Crescent Moon. That negative 35% enemy lightning resistance is like absolutely killer and destroys plus the skill equipment. Like you can literally put it head to head with something like Spirit, like a really good Spirit even, and Crescent Moon will blow Spirit away for a lightning sorc.
Well, I don't know that anybody in particular suggested this idea. It's kind of cool that they figured out something that would kind of just break the meta without specifically nerfing any characters.
Well, I mean, I like it because number one, it's not a end all be all solution. Like, just putting the charm on a character does not fix your character. Like, if you were a lightning sorc and you just put the charm on your lightning sorceress, or if you were a fire druid and you just put the charm on your fire druid, that alone by itself is not enough to fix your character. You have to have the appropriate equipment to then also bring the monster's resistances down, which in turn will actually make him killable, because 95% immune is still relatively immune.
Oh, I mean, I just love being able to break them, like when I was playing my Poison Necro. You know, with the Trang set or the right pieces and the lower resist, bam, it just disappears off their name.
Do I have
Which
any,
just gives you a chance. I gotta go home.
Do I have any idea what the trade value would be? I talked about this one time before, in my Sunder Charm video, but yeah, I think it's pretty obvious the order of the trade value, but not necessarily like the exact value. We won't know the exact value until we know what their drop rate is. We need to find out exactly how rare they are before we can determine the exact value of the item. But one thing we can do is we can determine like which ones are going to be worth more than the others. So I think without a doubt we're looking at the least valuable is most likely going to be the magic charm, just simply because the magic damage characters don't tend to have too many issues with immunes anyway. So it just doesn't seem very useful to them at all. On top of that, the negative for the magic charm is extremely penalizing. That negative magic damage resistance is just kind of insane. So I'm not really going to see a lot of people utilizing that charm, and if they do, it's going to sit in their cube until they need it. The second from the bottom is most likely going to be poison. Not because poison is a bad element or anything, it's just because there's not really a lot of poison damage builds. There's literally only like 3 or 4 poison damage builds. You can literally just like name them all. Like it's literally Javazon, Poison Javazon, a Poison Necromancer, a Rabies Druid, and then like a Venom Assassin. And then if you really want to go far, you could say a character who's using lots of poison damage charms. Like you could just build a poison damage charm user. But there's not really a lot of poison damage characters, not enough to warrant it being a high trade value item. So you'll probably be able to get your hands on the poison one relatively easily. And then right after the poison one is most likely going to be the physical one. The physical one does have a pretty hefty negative, but at the same time, it's also a pretty sweet positive for those physical damage characters. The physical damage fighters like Fury Druids, Zeal Paladins, etc. Barbarians may not use it as much because they have the Berserk ability, but any character that's like a pure physical damage character, like even a like pure physical Boson, is probably going to get good use out of it. So that will be like number 3 on the trade value. And then number 4 is undoubtedly going to be lightning. I don't really foresee lightning being as high as the other ones, just simply because lightning is not like ever been really that big of an issue. Like people usually break lightning resistances with other things like conviction or lower resistance, or there's a couple different things that can potentially break lightning immunities that you don't necessarily need the Thunder Charm for. Fire is undoubtedly going to be number 2 on the trade list. I can tell you right now that fire is probably going to be above lightning, and it's only going to just barely get edged out by the cold charm. And I'm fairly certain that the cold charm is going to be number 1. If I had to call a specific one, I would definitely say the cold charm is going to be number 1. Well, not just because of Cold Mastery. Cold Mastery is not, like, the reason. The reason is because while you could technically break lightning immunes, fire immunes, and poison immunes with abilities like Conviction, lower resistance, you could not break cold immunes. Like 95% of all the cold immune monsters in the game are completely unbreakable, utilizing every piece of negative resistance equipment that you could possibly obtain. And I know, because I've tried. Like, I had a Vengeance Paladin for a long time that was literally running max Conviction and also was using the max possible for him, lower resistance. And then on several occasions, I had a freaking Necromancer with me who was running max lower resistance. And we could not break cold immunes. The only ones that can be broken are the cold immunes that weren't cold immune to begin with. And there's very few of those that end up cold immune anyway. So the cold one is going to be the most popular just simply because it's the first time, like, ever in existence that character can actually, like, exist without having to deal with every single cold immune in the world. And not just the Sorceress either. I mean, we're talking about Frost Maidens, so the Amazon, the Cold Amazon. We're talking about the Sorceress, of course, the many different builds of the Cold Sorceress. We're also talking about the Hurricane Druid that has some pretty nice cold damage builds. The Holy Freeze Paladin, which is a very fun build as well. There's a lot of fun cold damage builds in the game that don't really get a lot of love because there's just way too many immune monsters to that particular element. Yes, and they're still a double-edged sword. You're going to have to counter the resistance somehow. I think the fire one has it the easiest, though. Like, definitely. Because Flickering Flame is a helmet that I think pretty much every fire character is probably going to use from this point on. I can't really see not using Flickering Flame on a fire character at this point, especially with the Thunder Charms. So, what is Flickering Flame gives you? It gives you that ridiculous fire aura, which is going to cancel out the negative effect on the Thunder Charm just immediately. I mean, I've got Flickering Flame on my my Merc right now with level 6 resist fire aura, so everybody around me has massive resistance buff. Can cats fart? Yes, cats can most definitely fart. They fart all the time. It sounds like this. It goes... Does indeed, Tomac. They do indeed, tootin' pootin'. Tootin' common. Common tootin' pootin' pootin' dootin'. Welcome to the world of pure flatulation, where cats will fart around and make you cry. Freaking Kubus over here, the freaking monster dog. He farts sometimes and it's so bad, like literally my eyes start to water up. Like I have to put my freaking shirt over my face, otherwise I can't breathe. don't know what the hell gases are coming out of him. Reminds me of freaking Farscape. Do you guys ever watch Farscape? Where freaking Rigel, he'd fart while they were in the elevator, and he was an alien, so his farts were, instead of methane, his farts were helium. And everybody would be like, "Did you fart?" And he'd be like, "No." Because, of course, everybody had breathed in the helium. and and everybody had high-pitched voices because he farted in the elevator. Helium farts, my friends. Helium farts. Well, the next area should be up, right? So what are we? Spider Forest and Spider Cavern, huh? I like Spider Cavern. Spider Forest, Spider. So not arachnid layer. It's actually a good rune drop area, believe it or not. I find some pretty good runes here. Oh, good. We got lots of stuff to kill. That's what I heard. Oh, Lord. Somebody's already ahead of us murdering everything. Ammunition for the fart box. Put it in their butt. Farting everywhere. Never tell you what. They probably pooped their pants when they tried to impress you. But don't let them know or they'll go number 2. Oh, doot, 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 doot. We got a doot, 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 doot. Look at that. What did I say? What did I just say? Good place for rune drops and an ist rune falls on the ground. What did I just finish saying? I said it. Come here, come on over here and get my yo-yo. How dare you piggyback off of my conviction aura? I found a ist and a burr rune in literally like 2 days. An ist and a burr rune. Just for me. An ist and a burr rune. I'm bragging for me. That's right, the burr burr burr. At 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 the burr burr burr. You gotta summon the burr with the burr 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 song. You gotta summon it, burr burr burr. Get the burr burr burr. Get the burr burr burr. Burr burr burr. Get the burr burr burr. Summon that burr. Come on down, burr. Burr burr burr. Got a burr burr. Summon that burr rune from the nethers. Summon that burr rune to my hand. Summon that burr rune everywhere now. Summon that burr rune on the floor. Come on down, let's go with the burr rune. We ain't got no time to show. Come on down with the burr burr burr. We want to go. At the burr burr burr. There's a jewel. Spiders everywhere. So many spiders. Boom, boom. Boop.
Yes.
125 duped Sojas? What? At a burr burr burr. At a burr burr burr. At a burr burr burr. Burr burr burr. It's east. It's east. It's east. Burr. It's a burr burr east. Look, I don't even want the burr rune. Okay, so don't get jealous. I'm gonna give it away anyway. Ooh. Kubus, what are you doing, Kubus? Oh, God. It's a monster. No. Look, here, monster dog. Why do you want to come up here like this? Do you want to show them your little Among Us doll? Look, he's got a little Among Us doll. Look. No, hit it. You want to fight? You ready? That's right. Get beat up. Alright, guys and gals. For the first time, I've got something kind of cool. I got contacted by a guy this morning about a kid that watches my show on a regular basis, apparently. And he's he's having a rough time. He's fighting leukemia, and I wanted to give him a shout out. This is him right here, and his name is. I'm gonna remember. I want to get it right. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. His name is. God bless it. What is wrong with me? It's spelt a little weird. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. It's Mason, Masyn, and hopefully, he's gonna pull through. I've heard good things about leukemia treatment in the past couple years. Apparently, the survival rate has gone way up, especially for children. Apparently, for children, it's a lot better than it is for adults, and I'll be pulling for him. I actually sent him a beanie and a t-shirt just this morning. Hopefully he gets those before too long, because he's gonna get some Ginger Gaming Mentor merch to go on his head, and a cool shirt. I got him my new Chinchilla with GG Mentor shirt with the freaking chinchilla on it and the freaking flames. And serious, little bit of a serious moment here, all of you guys and gals out there, whether you believe or not, maybe you could say a little prayer. It never hurts. Anyway, Mason, I hope that you you like having your picture up on screen, because now everybody got to see you with your gun. I literally was laughing the other day because I saw a Facebook post, and there was a guy who was like throwing wood into the back of his truck. Right, he's a big burly guy. He's got the beard and everything, and there was a log that he was throwing into his truck that had like the handle on it, right? And he's like reaching for it, but then he stops himself, and he's like reaching for it, and then he stops himself, and then he picks up the frickin' gun, the log, he picks up the log, and he's like, pew, 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 pew. Because as the kid in all of us knows, whenever you see a stick that is in the shape of a gun, or a stick that is in the shape of a sword, you have to pick it up and swing it, or therefore pretend to shoot it. It's imperative, absolutely imperative that you must. Anyway, Mason, we'll be rooting for you, and you know what? You're always welcome to come hang out with us on stream. Like I told your dad, I have Discord. Discord is up, and if you ever want to come say hi and hang out with us, I don't really care. You can come on in and you can come chat with us about Diablo. It's Mason. He's up in Ontario, Canada, I believe. Oh man, I've been eating these peanut butter. I've been eating these peanut butter M&Ms and I got heartburn now. I have heartburn. And you know, that's the cool thing is that's what we're here for. Is we're here to have fun. We're here to take your mind off of things and have fun. You guys, all of you guys out there, not just Mason. You know, we're here to like take your mind off work, take your mind off your girlfriend that's mean to you, or your dog that bit your ankle, or whatever's going on. You know, we're here to have fun, and you could go back to your real life eventually and face your demons. But while you're here, we're laughing, we're having fun. We don't care about what's going on outside there. We're doing our best to take your mind off of it. That's what we're doing. Boss who's being mean. Call him names behind his back. You're a duty face. I barely even work these days. I work 3 days a week. This is my main job now. I don't really do anything else. Much to the chagrin of my girlfriend. You know, in many ways, when you run your own business, you pour more into it than you ever would on a job that's not yours. You know, when you're working for somebody else, you know, you're more than happy to just leave. You know what I mean? You're more than happy to just jet out the door as soon as the hours are up. But like, when you're working for yourself, you're more than willing to stay and get stuff done. You know what I mean?
Good day.
Cody, what are you doing? Cody the monster dog. Oh, my Woogatron over here wants me to show the drawing that she made for me. She drew me a, what is his name? Yippy? She drew me a Yippy with a chinchilla on its head. And why'd you take it off the wall? Not allowed to take it off the wall. It's my painting. It's my drawing, though. You're not allowed to take it. You can't just take it and go show it to everybody.
Yeah, I need you to show it.
What class am I doing for ladder reset? I was planning on doing an Ice Maiden. I wanted to do an Ice Zon. A full Ice Zon at that for the first time ever. I think I'm going to do a full Ice Zon. Haven't done a full Ice Zon like ever. So, it should be fun. And what I mean by full Ice Zon is full Ice Zon. I'm probably going to drop 60 points into the ice skills and pretty much nothing else. Maybe like a little bit of multi-shot. The stream is lagging. I was having trouble at the beginning. I barely even got the stream running, City Below the Sea. I'm honestly surprised it's lasted this long. Hopefully it levels back out. If it doesn't, the stream is probably going to end, and there's not really much I can do about it, unfortunately.
I need a key.
Hey, make sure I don't have anything in the background downloading. Does not look like it. Man, it is just fluctuating like crazy, though. Going up to, like, 65% packet loss. 65% packet loss is a loss. Look at chunking. What's up, Kyle? You're back just in time for the lag fest. You're back just in time for all of the lag. You're back just in time. Reset that router. What do you want, Kubus? What do you want, Kubus Abubus? You're the one that sabotaged the internet. You're the one. Maybe I gotta press the button that's in nostril. Maybe I stick a finger up your nose. How about that? Pull out some buttons in there, huh? Maybe you're the one who did it. Maybe you're the one who did a bit all the bad stuff. Would you like a crunchy? Would you like a crunchy? Would you like another crunchy? How much FHR do you need on a Zealer? 155 is plenty high. I think I remember looking it up one time, and it was something along the lines of like 85. Trying to remember. Like a decent amount, I think it's like 85. And Paladin, faster hit recovery. 75. Yeah, that's like your goal. 75. Actually, no, 86. Sorry. 86, that's your goal, 86. You don't really need anything higher than 86. That's plenty. 48 is decent, but 86 is like your goal. Now, it's me, and I don't know what's causing it. I'm going to have to figure it out because it's terrible. You want your money back? You didn't even pay any money, Kyle. You never donate anything. You don't buy any merchandise. You don't donate any money. You don't send me any baby flying squirrels. Nothing. Nothing. I'm a raccoon dress. I just like to click on and literally do everything. Like that's how I've always been. I'm just a raccoon. I literally will find every Who said that you could come up here? I'm gonna squeeze you. How about that? I'm gonna go like that. That's right. Back up. Messing up my whole keyboard and everything. Look, you broke it. Maybe he's got to go pee-pee do this. I don't know. Let me see if he's got to go pee-pee-doo this. In the meantime, I'm going to wait out and see if whatever this lag issue goes away on its own. I'll be right back. I'll be right back after these messages. Huh?
You want me to look up your YouTube?
Seems to be alright now. Hey, looks like it's okay. Did I already get disconnected though? Where's my rat? Oh, official bringer of the chinchilla. Can you bring me my chinchilla? Woogie is the official chinchilla bringer. She was dubbed the official chinchilla bringer ages ago. Eons and eons ago. Chunky? He's a chunky boy. Even mo fatter. You don't let her talk to you that way. You gonna let her talk to you that way? Tell you she's fat. I mean, tell her she's fat. How about that? See how she likes it. He said you're fat too. He said your butt's so big it took up a whole planet's atmosphere, and then when you farted, everybody died. Ow. I like hats. See if I can find another good rune before I hop out of this zone. Uh-oh, Diablo has invaded Sanctuary. We'll be dropping these Sojas like crazy, though, don't they? Let's go to Frigid Highlands and go kill his butt real quick. What's up, Boblo? I wonder if I can kill him without switching to smite. Just do this. Just zeal him to death. That's right. Die. Die, Babablo. Yeah, I figured maybe if I left it alone for a minute and didn't do anything, it might stabilize. Because I don't think it's on my end. I'm like 99% sure it's not on my end. Because I've already checked everything, done everything I can do. A 15-15-9. That's certainly not a bad ante. A 15-15-9 is not bad. It's not bad at all. Anybody looking for a 15-15-9? It's not as good as my 19-20-10, but it's still a 15-15-9. 15-15-9. A 15-15-9. 15-15-9. 15-15-9. What's the matter, Mr. Nee? You want to go hide? Get in there. Get in there and hide, sir. That's right. Hide in there, the little... Why you coming back out? Little turd. Come back out, you look like a turd. Squeezing like a Tootsie Roll out of a hole. Like somebody farted. Somebody farted on you. That's what happened. You look like your turd came out of somebody's butt. That's right, I'm talking to you, turd butt. I bet you care if I got some chips. Hey, why don't you reach in there and grab one then if you want one so bad. Go ahead, get in there. Go ahead, get in there and grab a chip. Why you drop it? Take it back. Don't be dropping your food on me. You took it. You took it from the bag. It's yours now. Claimed it. You already licked it and everything. Nobody wants it. You licked it. You lick it, it's yours. That's the rule. If you lick it, it's yours. Don't be licking stuff if you don't want it. Liechtenstein. He's eating a pork rind, by the way. Not a chip. Why'd you drop it on the floor all of a sudden? What's wrong with you? Mr. Nee. Mr. NiNi, come and meet your fellow man, Mr. NiNi. We will take your hand, Mr. NiNi. You was a good boy, Mr. Nee, or you being a bad boy? Which one is it? I always ask you, and you don't tell me, and I want to know. You want another treat? Look, you want another treat? Look at a little treat right up in the law. Got a little treat. Look at these. That you do not. That you cannot eat me. Diablo's in your game. I'll come kill him for you, Yannick. I will come kill him for you. Voicing 4. Bink. Where you got him at? Hiding at. I'll go bop him in the eye.
Not in
I
time.
go bop him in the eye. Well, get in there then. Ain't nobody said you had to come out. Everybody's used to my shirt looking like I got a tumorous growth on it. Look like I got a tumor inside my shirt right here. Look, see? A chinchilla-sized one. What's up, Big Boblo? I hear you like mudkips. You like mudkips, Big Boblo? I hear you like mudkips. That's what I heard. Mudkips. That's right. Die. Ain't nobody said you should be alive. You should have learned that in the first place. You should have just sat on down. Ain't nobody said come back. What you get? What you get? What you get? You got a 10, 18, 10. 10, 18, 10. I got a 15, 15, and a 11, 20. I mean, yours is actually not bad. Not bad. Grats. Yannick. Yannick the Hooge Hag. What do you got? Fireclaw Druid? Fire Druid? Armageddon Druid? A Druid of the... This is a little chunky boy, isn't he? He got a little chunky, didn't he? Got a little chunks in there. Got a little chunks. Got some little chunks. I think everybody's pretty sure you got some chunks going on there, Mr. Nee. How come you gained so much weight? You look so chunky. You're so chunky lately. You're such a chunky. And not just fluffy. You're so chunky. You got a little heft to you. You weigh like an extra pound. Turn into a obesilla. Look at this little chunky belly right there. Look at this little chunky belly. Little chunkos. He says, sir. Little chunky belly boy. Little chunky belly boy coming at you hot. Little chunky belly boy coming at you what? That's right, Mr. NiNi's here. I want to see them chinchilla emotes. All right, everybody in town, everybody who's a member. All right, I want to see them little chinchilla emotes for Mr. NiNi. Mr. NiNi, don't you want to see the chinchilla emotes? Yes. See, he said yes. I heard it. You guys heard it. I'm trying to think how I want to give away this burr rune. How do I want to give away this burr rune? Let me count the ways. 1 burr rune. 2 1 burr rune.
Birdie burr burr.
Burr. That's a burr. That's a burr. What's up, one guy? I ain't seen you in
Not
here
much.
before.
You have. I'm also Nick P on your live stream.
Oh, you changed your name?
Yeah, I haven't changed my YouTube name.
I see.
Turns out I don't have the Spider Forest. That's disappointing.
That's terrible. What kind of player of the game are you?
Lead Haxor.
Ready Player None. That's the correct Ready Player None.
One heck of a Grand Charm on the ground there. Thanks for the portal, whoever dropped that.
You trying to make yourself an enigma? Get the burr burr burr. Get the burr burr burr. Get the burr 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 burr. Get the burr burr burr. I totally typed that in wrong. Oh, look at this. We're going to make an enigma.
That'll be the first one I've ever seen.
So it's Ja Istbur, right? Ja Istbur. Do I have an Ith rune in here anywhere? I do have an Ith rune. Look at that. Fancy. Okay, so it's Ja Ith Burr. Ja Ith Burr. Congratulations, Fireclaw. 771 defense. I think that's the only thing that rolls, right? As the plus defense. Ooh, an Ith rune. It's pretty. Brink. Get the burr burr burr. Any extra luck will help, Paul. Ooh boogie boogie. I don't. Ooh boogie boogie boogie. Ooh boogie boogie. Ooh boogie boogie boogie. Ooh boogie boogie. Ja Istbur. That's right. My Hero Editor pack works with Diablo 2 LOD files. And then you use those Diablo 2 LOD files to import into Diablo 2 Resurrected. So yes, it will work with Resurrected, but not directly with the Diablo 2 Resurrected files. So they're included in the pack is a bunch of single-player save files, so you should be fine. Uh-oh, gloomies. Watch out, boys. We got gloomies. That is the wrong way, by the way. Let's go the other way. You know what? You just reminded me. Someone sent me a file. I was talking about trying to simulate Sunder Charms with the Hero Editor to like make like a sort of like a fake Sunder Charm, and he sent me a file, and I never checked it out because I'm
Shaco just dropped.
Because I'm lazy. Oh, nice. As soon as I walk away, of course.
That's the first one I've ever got dropped to me. Well, it was probably somebody else killing it. If anybody needs it, let me know.
Alright, so let me open up this file and see what the hell this guy sent me, because I'm kind of curious. Because if I don't do it right now, I won't remember because I'm a terrible person who doesn't remember things. My girlfriend will be like, "Did you remember to take out the trash?" And I'll just like immediately hit myself right in the forehead with my hand and be like, "You know what? Actually, I forgot. I'm an idiot. I think I might actually be just completely insane." Alright, let's do this one. This will work. I'm going to bring this up on camera so you guys can see it too. Why not? Why not? You guys can watch me do stupid stuff in Hero Editor. Alright, hopefully this file isn't a virus and you guys are witnessing my demise. Some random person sent me a virus.
Are they planning on making a hero editor that'll work with the new one?
Well, Hero Editor was never made by Blizzard, so...
Oh, I know.
I
Yeah,
doubt
mean, like the
it.
mod guys.
The original guy who wrote this thing, I don't even think he's... like, even still alive. Where the hell is this doojank that I downloaded, or did I not download it? See, now I've got to go back to the email and make sure I actually have it. Where is it? Do I ever craft anything? Yeah, I got whole videos dedicated to crafting. You kidding me? I got videos for years. Embroidery prints. Unlock a $5 coupon today. Why do I not have it anymore? Just like deleted it from existence, apparently. I swear I remember having it. I do remember. I actually did a whole bunch of crafting specifically for the item pack, and I included like every single item that I crafted. It was of any merit whatsoever in the pack, so it's a pretty large number of items. I believe it's a D2I file. I want to say that what he sent me was a D2I file. Or D2S. Actually, I think it was D2I, not D2S, which maybe means it's for an older pack? Sometimes when you're looking inside of a program, one of the things that you have to remember is that programs don't often always show you everything. They only show you what they want you to see. You know, limited by file types and things like that. So it could very well be sitting there, and I just don't know it's sitting there because I can't see it because the program isn't allowing me to see it. don't seem to be there. So now I feel like I'm going insane, though, because, like, I know for a fact I downloaded this thing. Where are you going? You going downstairs? Mr. Nee likes scratches behind his ears, not on his butt. Like this. Like this right here. That's the good ones right there underneath his chins. Underneath his chin meats. Uh-oh, he's running away from you! Alright, beautiful lady. I'll make sure to put the spaghetti in the refrigerator. Random arm and hand. That's Woogie. Woogie is the one that brought me the chinchilla in the first place. The wonderful and beautiful Woogie is the one who brought us the chinchilla. Do not make fun of her chinchilla bringing powers. She is good at bringing chinchillas. Very good indeed at bringing the chinchilla. For once there was a chinchilla. And his name was Mr. NiNi. By the way, pretty big milestone that I recently hit. I didn't even bother to talk about it in chat today because it's not like one of those milestones like the number of subscribers that I've got, but it's an interesting one. I just recently hit. I just recently hit 5 million total channel views. 5 million total channel views. That's a lot. That's a lot of channel views. A little bit more than I thought I would ever get. So it was pretty cool. Total channel views isn't quite as impressive as like a single video with 5 million views, but 5 million is a lot of freaking views. Not gonna lie, and I'm kind of excited about the fact that I hit 5 million. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Charming.d2s. There she blows. Maybe I never downloaded it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just looked at it. Funny. And I didn't actually download the file. Now I've downloaded the file. Let's give this one more try, shall we? I mean, I try to crank out the content. Some people call it spam. They're like, quit spamming your content everywhere. Nobody wants to see your videos. And I'm like, you know what? Well, I don't really care if you want to see my videos or not. It'd be like, your want to see my videos has absolutely nothing to do with me wanting to put my videos out. So you can just eat an erectile dysfunction. How about that? Just eat it. Eat it. All you gotta do is eat it. Mr. NiNi said that we want some sketty, and you can't come round 'cause you from the ready. Just eat it. This editor supports only Diablo 2. LOD versions 1.03, 07, 09, 110 through 1.3. Please update your version of Diablo 2. So this file that he sent me is unfortunately not working with Hero Editor. That's okay. I mean, maybe I'll contact him and see if he has a more up-to-date file or something. But if anybody else has a like a mock Sunder Charm for Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, I'd like to get my hands on it. For testing purposes, of course. You think it might be a resurrected file? Let's copy it in and let's see if it is a resurrected file, shall we? I just need to reboot the game for it to work. So copy. Copy, paste. Doesn't really do me any good because I need it in a Lord of Destruction file. I don't need it in the other files. Doesn't do me any good, really. I want to be able to import it in and import it out and copy it and paste it and all that other beautiful stuff. Let's check it, though. We're going to check it. Gotta check it. 1, 2. Bring it down. Let's go. Go and check that frown. Check it, check, 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 check. Game crashed. Well, dang. All right. He's just got him. It's just, I don't know how he managed to pull that off. I wonder if they work. They certainly look legitimate. Let's import them into a character and let's see how well they work. Let's see. We need somebody who's like really one-sided in terms of damage. Elemental. Trying to think here off the top of my head. Poison Bomb the Necromancer. Sounds good. Boom, 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 dina, burn, dina, 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 boom. Burn, ding, dee, dee, burn, dina, burn, dina. Let's see how it works, shall we? Someone made a mod applying the Sunder charms using the existing code. Well, my particular reason why I wanted this in the first place, though, was to basically give away for non-player characters. Or non D2R characters to be able to get this effect too, like for what's the term? You know, like LOD characters. I actually made mock rune words of like every single rune word in the game, and so that way even LOD characters can have the mock rune words, so they can utilize them as if they actually had the real ones. And it's just it's something that I've worked on for a long period of time to try and like get the LOD users kind of caught up too. For those of you who don't play Diablo 2 Resurrected, maybe you want a freaking flickering flame helmet or something like that. I've got a bunch of like crazy stuff going on in my item pack for you guys. I kind of wanted to try and find a way to like force the Sunder Charms to work in LOD. But I mean, this will be interesting too, I guess. Trying to think where there's poison immunes. The maggots in River of Flame are poison immune, right? If I got maggots. But it's not maggots. What is this boy set up with? Okay, he is set up with poison. Okay. My poor mercenary. I don't really do very much damage, do I? Do I have a Death's Web in my inventory over here somewhere? I do not. I do have a Plague Knife, however, which is almost as good as a Death's Web. Better than nothing. He's also missing a helmet. I don't know why he's missing a helmet. Put a Demon's Horde edge on him. Got Enigma and a Treachery. Let's put the Enigma on him for right now for the plus to skills. He really needs the 3-piece Trangs for the poison res. He doesn't have any boots for some reason. I don't know why. He's also missing a torch, which again, I don't know why.
Hello.
That should help out his damage immensely.
Hail to you, champion.
Just eat it, beat it. All you wanna do is beat it.
Hello.
What's up? How's it going, man?
Good, good. Just got back from work. Kind of tired.
He's dying.
Yeah, pretty much. Started at 6 o'clock, finished at 6 o'clock. What are you guys up to?
Right now I'm playing around with Sunder Charms.
Oh, are you? On PTR?
Nope. Playing around with Sunder Charms on offline single player.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Offline
I didn't think about that.
single player. No, they're not
Yeah, I
available.
didn't think about
They're
that
not
'cause I was
available
like-
in offline single player.
They're not?
No,
Oh, I thought maybe they would have been. I just
but I have them.
assumed that nobody played offline, man. Joking.
But I have them though.
Nice. How well do they work?
I don't know. We're still trying to find that out. I'm trying to find some maggots. They're poison immune
With-
because I'm using a poison character right this second.
Oh, okay, I see.
Those are not maggots.
You're trying to see how much you would need to break immunity, I
Oh,
guess.
the morphines are immune to poison. Okay, let's do these morphines. It's quite impressive, actually.
I'm new to your community. I actually came across your channel like 2 days ago, just like, down a rabbit hole.
2 days? You've got a lot of videos to catch up on, sir.
Yeah, I actually binge watched them, bro, yesterday. It's like 10 hours straight. I was just farming and watching, listening to videos on my second screen.
Oh yeah, I've got like literally, what,
Yeah, I know.
1800 videos, and like,
I went through a good chunk of them. Well, the more recent ones, I want to say, like in the past year.
To you, champion.
Sorry.
still a good like 500 or so, maybe even 600 or so videos.
Yeah.
The
I tend to check the ones that I can get tilted over, more than.
well, more so like it's not necessarily that I want everyone to watch all of my videos. No, I'm kidding. Watch every
Yeah.
single video, or I'll kill you. But like the goal is that if you search for something, generally I have a video on the topic. So if you look up life leech, I've got a video on life leech. If you look up crushing blow, I've got a video on crushing blow, and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
If you find some random unique item that you've never seen before, you look up the unique item. There I am. Oh look, let's go over this unique item that you've never seen before in your entire life.
I don't know, man. You just like your voice is soothing. I like listening to your videos, watching your videos. Like I've been playing the game since I'm 12 years old, so like I've been playing actually Diablo since Diablo 1.
Yeah, and I have too. And the funny thing is that like no matter how much I think I know, like I always end up finding out something new. Like,
Well, I
it's
found out
crazy.
that you can re-roll. I didn't know you can use 6p gems though. That was one thing I didn't. I know you can re-roll GCs and shit. Didn't know you can re-roll items.
Let's go into the deep lore, shall we? Like let me pull out something you've probably never heard of. Did you know that you can control the order in which skills will automatically cast by changing your equipment order, so that your equipment order matches the actual like order that you want the abilities to cast in?
You mean abilities on
On
armors?
Yeah.
On items? Yeah, I knew that.
That's crazy deep.
So,
yeah, that I knew.
and curses go in the reverse order. So,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I can't
Say
do
that
it
I didn't know
here.
though about the curses.
and that's one of the things that's really cool is like, say you have say you're using a dream armor or something, that has confuse, but then you also have life tap gauntlets, and you'd like to use both of them together. Well, you can. You just have to make sure that you equip the life tap gauntlets in the right order so that the life tap is overwriting the confuse.
Afternoon.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like
So you would cast your confuse first, and then you tap.
and then the
cast your life
tap, and the tap will overwrite the confuse. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's just one of like 1,000 things that I found out. That's absolutely crazy. The poison damage bug, I think, is the craziest that I've found out recently. That one kind of blew me away because I didn't even know that one existed until like a couple months ago.
Sorry, the what?
So poison damage is bugged so very badly.
Yeah.
So poison damage applies over every single frame. So there's 25 frames in an attack cycle.
Yeah.
Or you could even say 250 frames. I think some people use 250 frames. But basically all it means is 25 is a second. Every single time the monster is taking damage from your poison, it's pulsing once per frame. Well, basically what happens is what we found out, and we have conclusive proof of this, is that the poison damage is being overwritten by any damage of any other type if it takes place during the same frame as the poison, and the poison does nothing. So, for instance, if you have a giant army of like skeletons, revives, and all that other crap, and you're also attacking the target with poison damage, no matter how high your poison damage is, if every single frame of the attack rotation is being consumed by your skeletons, your revives, your mages, your golem, your mercenary, your poison damage essentially does nothing.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that literally, like in my testing, the necromancer actually attacks so slow with the army by comparison to without the army that it's just like you might as well not even be using the army. Like it's like the army takes like 1:30 to kill the monster by themselves. Like with the army, it was like I think it was like 30 seconds or something, and then without the army it was like 25. So like just doing the poison damage by itself is 5 seconds faster than with the army. It actually slows you down to have the army with you when you're fighting bosses and things. It's really bad.
At your service.
And I wasn't even using revives for my test. I'm assuming if I used revives, it would have been even worse.
Yeah, well, I used to, because I do a lot of PvP, so I main a Ghostin. So, like, I was able to actually kind of get an insight on that when I was hitting people with traps. I would see the, like, chunk of damage from the lightning damage, but, like, the poison was just, like, nullified, or vice versa.
Well,
like,
it only really affects like really fast attacks. So like the more attacks, the more it affects it, because each of the 25 frames is a portion of your poison damage. So unless you have like
a trap is 5 traps, 5 attacks per frame, right?
Yeah, and if you're using like the charged bolt one, it's even more because that's
yeah.
But it's still gonna only shoot like you're not gonna consume all of it. Basically, is what I'm saying. Although Venom only lasts for 0.4 seconds, so
yeah.
it doesn't even consume all 25 frames. It's what, like 10 frames?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I think it was 10.
I'm just guessing. But there's tons of stuff like that.
It's about that. It's like, well, 1 second 25. It would probably be like closer to 12 to 15 frames. Or yeah, 12 to 15.
But there's tons of stuff like that floating around in the Diablo world that's crazy. I like some of the stuff that they've recently brought into play too that I kind of had to like have fun playing around with.
Yeah.
My Godzilla, for instance, have you seen him?
Your Godzilla?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one that's running Double Dream?
Shooting holy bolts everywhere.
Oh no, I didn't see that one.
It's the same one.
Okay.
So
okay, but when you're Zealing, yeah, okay.
So he does a pretty massive amount of damage with those holy bolts because of the way that it works. Yeah. And it's something that changed in one of the patches. Like, it's not something that was ever possible before.
I usually just play full strength Zealer with Enigma, BOTD, Storm Shield. I just go full strength, like 600 plus strength. I hit
Well,
about
a physical.
18.
Well, a physical Zealer could get good use out of the new Sunder Charm. That's for sure.
Yeah. Full physical Zealer, 16 to 20k damage on sheet. That's without counting crits.
Let's play
I
around with
enjoyed the
this.
fire one that they messed up with firewall and everything, fire damage stacking on the sorceress.
Yeah.
I was sad to see that go.
My only thing, like, I'm a big PvPer in D2. Like, I love PvP. There was one of your videos. Literally what? Like, I was agreeing with everything, and then you got to one item. I'm like, no.
Which
You're
item?
not taking this away from me.
Which one?
Ethereal Templar's Might. Because you said it was in one of your videos, top 10 worst items in Diablo.
Oh yeah, I mean it
But-
is, but
Well,
there's
it is, but you have to
and
you have to look at it from a PvPer standpoint. Too,
Well, I
right?
did.
If you're
I
like,
did.
Well,
And
in
that's
PvP,
why-
it's top 3 best armors.
but in the PvP scenario, unless you're playing bad manners, steel carapace.
Sorry. Yeah, I want to specify it. My bad.
It-
GM melee duels.
Yes, it has to
what-
be. It has to be bad manners, because steel carapace trumps it like by miles. It's more defense, and it has
Yes
pretty much.
and no, though. It's more defense, but you're also losing. You're losing attack rating, attack speed, and damage, because the stats that you get from the chess piece increases your fanat, right? Fanat gives you all 3 of those things.
Hmm. I think I remember adding it up and actually comparing the two of them, and I'm pretty sure steel carapace still came on top.
In terms of defense, for sure.
Where is
But
my
I'm just talking
hydro?
about, like, if you're trying to get a rounded armor, it's just like an Eth Leviathan. Those are really godly, but it also depends on your setup. Like when you're going GM melee.
But we're still talking about a niche within a niche within a niche.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's not even PvP. I talked about this with a couple people. It's not PvP. It's not.
No, anywhere else in the game.
It's not just bad manners PvP, and it's not just Zealer versus Zealer PvP. It's Zealer versus Zealer bad manners PvP. It's like so deep within that niche.
But what do you mean bad manners?
Bad manners usually involves you can't have things like slows. You can't have things like Iron Maiden.
Yeah, or
you can't have things
or
like
elemental damage.
thorns.
But
like
how is Templar's Might bad mannered?
no steel carapace is bad manner
Oh, steel carapace. Oh, okay.
because it has Iron Maiden on it.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why people don't use that over top of Templars. I actually talked to a bunch of people about that, and they're like, but Steel Carapace has Iron Maiden, and we can't use that because it's bad manners and duels.
Yeah, it is true. It's the same reason why, like, there's a super good weapon for GM melee duels, but, like, you can't use it because it casts fucking Glacial Spike.
This character's set up wrong.
It's a death rune word.
I was trying to just reset up this Hydra Paladin, but he seems to be set up wrong for some reason. Let me reset it.
Actually, I'm really interested with the new Sunder Charms. I'm probably gonna roll a 200 faster cast rate Fireball Sork next season.
Yeah, Fireball should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it has the splash damage. 200 faster cast rate too is insane. It's just missing the,
I mean, I've always found Fireball by itself to be a little lackluster, but since you can pretty much stack whatever the hell else you want with it, you could theoretically go into any of the other fire skills. You could do Meteor Fireball, which actually Meteor Fireball works out synergy-wise. You could do Fireball, you could do Hydra Fireball, like you could do whatever you want. Like any of the combinations would work because you don't have to dual spec anymore, so you can spend your entire, skill allotment, so to speak, in one tree.
I think I'm still always gonna dual spec though, just for the simple reason that, like, depending on how I'm building my character, I also try and gauge it around PvP because I don't want to have to, like, swapping gear doesn't bother me, but like using a token every time to swap out specs or re-leveling a character.
That was
kind
all
of
I
annoys
used to
me.
do back in the day. Like in 1.10 back, like that was all I did. Was every single character had to be balanced around PvP. I needed to be
Yeah.
able to go in there and kill people in PvP. Like, so like if my character couldn't do PvP, like, because back then you couldn't even respec. So if he couldn't do
Yeah.
PvP, I would delete him.
Yep. Or make another one, but that was.
Oh, I made
But
him.
yeah, so-
Back then you could make him really fast. You could have a level 80 character in like one day.
Yeah.
Not even one day, because like you could literally level up in town.
I miss the level. Well, you get a G rush, and then basically what level 1 or 5, whatever level you end up after your G rush, to 95 in 1 hour with the Uber glitch.
My whole PvP thing was before that.
Oh yeah, I assume. I was just saying like for the leveling aspect.
Okay, that was pretty fun.
But yeah, no, my Sorks I usually go faster cast rate, like 200% faster cast rate, max block Sorks. I tend to max out Shiver and Chilling.
PvP is such a whole different beast now than it was before, though. I had so much fun in the PvP in the old days. Before Enigma. There was just something fun about constantly like running around the battlefield, chasing each other down, trying to get the upper hand on somebody, like maybe even hiding somewhere like around the corner so that when they hopped around the corner you could like ambush them with a charge.
Yeah, that was fun. The only thing I hated doing is like when you were a melee without Enigma, like before that. When you were a melee and you're fighting a goddamn bone necro that would just bone prison you.
Well, that's why eventually they took the bone prison duration away. The whirlwind barbs could whirlwind right through it, so it didn't even really stop them.
Yeah, for whirlwind, yeah.
But that
like
was
a Zealer.
But before they nerfed thorns, you could literally just Iron Maiden them as they were whirlwinding through the bones,
And
it
would
kill themselves. But then they nerfed thorns like completely in PvP, and both thorns and Iron Maiden basically became kind of useless.
How are the Sunder char? I wonder. Like, I used to have a PvP build. It was just the funniest thing. It was an energy shield, max block, full gold spec, but all I maxed out was all 3 armors with mastery, and then oh my god, the mana regen. Why am I forgetting the name of that skill?
Warmth?
Yeah, that's it. So I would max out warmth for mana regen because I was ES, and then I would just sit there and let people either melee hit me, or if I was fighting ranged, I would just cast Chilling, and they would kill themselves with the ice bolts.
Oh, I would do the same thing with barbarians. Like when I was on my paladin, the barbarians always came in and they were always so blustery, and they could take on everybody. And they would come out there and they would whirlwind, and as soon as they hit the whirlwind button, I would just use my scroll wheel and switch to thorns, and they would just immediately die. Maybe I was doing bad manners. I don't know. I did a lot of crazy stuff in PvP back in the day.
It's technically not BM because people always did that. They're like, well, I am melee. It's a whirlwind's not melee, man. Like, GM melee.
Well, some of the more bad mannered things I did probably involved the fire golem.
Yes.
I had figured out a way to.
Did you ever do a bear?
Well, I had figured out a way to kill people with the fire golem from inside of town.
Yeah. People used to do that with the bear druid. I don't know if you remember that.
Well, it might not, it's similar, but not quite the same. Because the bear, like, he has to actually kill things. He actually attack.
Yeah.
The fire golem didn't have to actually attack or anything. Like, you just summoned him outside of town, and when he like arose out of the ground, he did a fire pulse that was separate from holy fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when he died.